Can y'all hear me? There it is. Oh, good grief. Y'all, hi, Mama. How are you? Let me see. Got to love Mondays. Oh, geez, Louise. Guess what happened? I know there's only two people in here right now, but so I thought I had set up this live to go at 2:30, and my daughter called me and she's like, "Why aren't you live?" And I was like, "'Cause I'm going at 2:30," and she's like, "No, you haven't set it for 2." And I was like, "Son of a biscuit eater. Good night." So that happened. And then I get on and I can't figure out how to work the damn uh headphones. I don't understand headphones. Good night. I am sorry I am late. Driving but listening. Where are you headed to, sunshine? LJ, thank you for the reminder. Good night. I feel terrible. You going to get something good? I just can't believe that happened. Pick up taxes. Well, I hope that's a good thing. Sometimes that's not a good thing for some people. Oh, man. I feel so out of sorts. And I'm going to tell you, I had so much fun on Rose's live yesterday. I think that's the longest I've ever sat, like, well, first of all, on panel, but second of all, even not watching it on the big screen. And I was laughing so hard, I could not quit laughing. And so I had to keep muting myself, and then I didn't know I had muted myself when I stopped laughing. But when her and Tina go at it sometimes, I just laugh at them too. I just stay out of it, try to sit quietly, and then giggle at these two. They sound like clacking chickens. And I was laughing so hard. So I sat up there for a long time, and I don't even know when she ended it. Um, I had to go because of my dog. And then when I finally got to bed this morning, this dog let me sleep for 5 hours and only woke me up one time. That is, and if y'all that are paying attention to the journey with Cheyenne, that's a big deal that I got that much sleep. Thank you, sunshine. I appreciate. I was laughing. I could not quit laughing at them. And I try, sometimes I do some inappropriate. Like I'll laugh at the wrong times because I think I have my own like thing going on in my head. Um, and I amuse myself. And then once it starts, I just can't stop. So I just had to keep muting. And then when Mark came up there and some of the trash morbid was doing and stuff, like I know that dude from back when, and so I'm just watching because I'm not gonna sit up here and just be like, you know, tell people what I think of him or what I don't think of him. You know what I mean? Everybody's got to figure that stuff out for themselves. So the whole thing was so comical, and but whenever Mark came up, he had me rolling. I could not stop. I did not know how y'all ladies stay up all night. I was listening to Rose replay from last night. I seen you jump on, so I came here. Well, thank you, bless Mama. I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, no, well, the idea was that so Tina was going to go live and do her regular nightly live, and she was so tired because she had done 9 hours the previous time. So she was like, "Well, I got stuff to do and all this," and I said, "Well, I'll just go live after Rose is done." So, but we ended up having so much fun over at Rose's. I think we all forgot about the time. In fact, Tina just stayed. She was still on with Rose whenever. whenever I was like, "I gotta go, you guys," and I'd already been there for like 6 hours. So, um, yeah, it was fun though. It was. You guys, I got some exciting news. I'm just waiting to see the number 8. As y'all know, I only pray for 8 people at a time in here, and I'm good. Nothing big's happening here. Nothing big's probably ever going to happen here, but 8 is my number. But I got some news to share with y'all. As soon as we get to 8 people coming in, staying in. But yeah, it was very, very fun on Roses. I tell you, Mark cracks me up. Oh, God bless you, Mama. Yes, please hit the likes. I don't ever even think about that. I never think about, oh, we got to hit the likes. This is the first time I'm doing a daytime stream just because I want to see how it goes and if there's an interest during the day for it or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'll do true crime during the day and then hang out with whoever's panels just for fun at night. But um the problem is that I think all y'all know this that follow true crime. You get um you get so involved with things that are going on in the world in the crime, you know, in the crime areas. And I don't know for everybody else, but it finally starts taking a toll on me. Like it just I don't it puts me in a bad place. It takes a long time. It takes like months, but then I have to once I've seen so much and researched so much and just I have to step away from it. And so it's been a couple of days now that I have pretty much will stepped away from looking at anything once we saw that Audrey Cunningham was found. I was like, I gotta back up because it just consumes me. And I don't want to be consumed by anything like that, but especially stuff that's really, really dark. So I started watching the trial, the Rust trial, the Alex Baldwin trial thing. I started watching that. And even that, and I love watching trials, but I have to take a break from it because it's just too much. So yeah, that's why I haven't really gotten into anything true crime here because I've just been so stuck in my brain. Is it 70 degrees here? Wow, I did not know that. I've just spent the last 2 years advocating for, I don't want to mess up her name, Khaleesi Cuthriel. She is from my area. Her murders were both just sentenced. Her murders were just both sentenced like, oh, well, you saw it through. See, and I'm in Delphi uh, area. So we've been following Delphi for 7 years now, and I don't think it's ever going to get. Oh, mercy. She was 3? Why didn't I hear that? Did the media not get a hold of it? You know what how does the media like grab one case and run with it that becomes national news? That's what I want to know. I mean, how do you determine what's worthy of national news and then in the keep it on the tubes for that long? Not like they should look. Yeah, I will definitely. I've never heard that name. I have pressed and pressed and did events and walks to get her story out. Wow, and you guys couldn't get any media attention? That's insane. Yeah, what I want to know how that happens. Like, does a family member or somebody just call the media and then the more vile it is or whatever, or what if they don't have enough to talk about, they blow up somebody's story? How does that work? How does that work? because kids go missing every day. People go missing every day. There's killings out there every day that are just so vile, and you don't ever hear about them on the news. I mean, I really feel like if it wasn't for YouTube or, social media in general, a lot of these stories we wouldn't know anything about. So much to even explain. Her mom violated parole and had to go back to jail, and she left Khaleesi with a friend and in 3 months' time they oh my gosh. Come on. What kind of friends did her mother have? She was 3 years old. Stories that are trending get more attention. That's true. That's true. So I see 9898. It's popping between 8 and 7. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my fun news. Hey Joni, how are you? It's good to see you. Um, I finally went over 200 subs sometime when I was asleep. I don't know how that happened. But that's good stuff. Yeah, that's good stuff. I was super excited to see that. Listen here, I tease about pimping my channel out on Roses and Tina's whenever they're fighting and stuff. If I ever get to 1,000, y'all will never even ever hear about sharing my channel again. Seriously, I think I hit the big time if I got 1,000. So I was super excited to see that over 200. I never thought I would be here in less than a month, but um, I appreciate all the support and I appreciate people coming and most of all, I appreciate the friendships that I'm developing. I I'm so thankful for that. It's horrendous. They were all druggies. Well, there's the word, right? That's what she was hanging out with. Joni, it's so good to see you. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a little while. Barbara, how are you? Thanks, LJ. Thanks, guys. I was super excited. Is that so dumb to be super excited over 200? Like, that is so nice. Doing well, doing well. Rate, review, subscribe. Eh, I just want the subscribes. I don't know if I'm ready to hear the reviews. Um, Hope's Echo. I was gonna see Hope's Echo. I don't remember your name. Please subscribe. I don't know how to put um my link in chat, so please sub up. Oh, you did last night. See, I only halfway read stuff. Hi, I'm new to this community. Well, welcome. Rose was in my recommended and subbed to you last night. Yeah, we had a really good live. That was fun. Welcome, Hopes. I hope you stick around for a little bit. I love your name. Hope's Echo. That's pretty. Both by themselves is even pretty. CPS was involved and now we are on them big time and sentencing is over, but there are still major changes that need to take place. Well, yeah, absolutely. Makes you why is CPS involved now? Where were they? Where were they? That should have never gotten to that point. You should be proud. I don't know that I'm proud as in like that I've created something great. I've just had some good people push me along the way and then some good people showed up here and just um I don't know. I'm so thankful for the support. Let's see. Hey Whitney. Just wanted to say hello and hit the like button. Thanks, Bug. Hope you're having a good day. Barbara Smith, good. I can type today. Yeah, you were struggling a little bit there. I hit the like button and picking up kids at school, but I'm listening. Your channel is going to do great, Leanie. You have a good heart. Thank you, Joe. Joe, I'm watching for you. Our the live that I set up about our background in different religions and stuff is set up, and I'm super excited to talk about that. Hope you'll love it here. Not and maybe not here, but at Roses and it, you know, bunch of crazy went. Thank you. I love my puppies too. They're my whole world. They're my whole world. I'm kind of obsessed. To tell you the truth, I'm really obsessed. Dropped her off with her friend that was on house arrest and everyone. Oh my God. Come on. There are some people that absolutely do not need to be parents. They don't. They don't need to be parents. But sometimes we find out way too late. Plus, Mama seems like focuses on white babies, not minorities. I was on Rose's live last night, but I had to leave early. It was pretty wild. I see. Watch the replay. Whitney. I'm not kidding you. I had to keep muting myself because I was laughing so hard. And once I get to laughing and get things in my brain about little scenarios and stuff, and I've got my own little party going on in my brain. But I was rolling at them yesterday, rolling, and I knew nobody was going to get it, so I was just doing it with myself. And then I was like, I thought Team Rose had muted me, and then I couldn't figure out that I muted myself. It was all a mess, but I laughed so hard. Got my notifications on. Good girl. I'm really excited, Joe, to go over that. What kind of dogs do you have, Hopes? You guys, look who's here. She needs no introduction. None. But in all her glory, Team Rose has arrived. Team Rose, I love your wrench too. And I don't know if I'm going to be like y'all. We're just, I'm going to throw wrenches because, um, man, you had to deal with a lot of that last night. I think the more you talked about nobody blocking anybody, more blocking, the more people were blocking. I was like, what? That was just another thing I was giggling at because I was like, WTF? Rose, I was seriously waiting for you to go off on all of panel, though. I will tell you that. You have to come up so we can talk about that. I'm going to drop the link, but if you feel like coming up, you're welcome to. If anybody else feels like coming up, they're welcome to as well. But we have to talk about that, Rose, because why didn't it copy? Let's try that again. There it is. Yeah, we need to talk about that because I thought you were really just going to lose your shit. Seriously. We're objecting to bullshit for real. I wonder when or if PJ will comment on something's gonna happen there. Yeah, something's gonna happen there. And I don't think Tina really cares. Tell you the truth, I don't think she really cares. And maybe she shouldn't care. What do y'all think? Maybe she shouldn't. Girl, I'm in my robe too. Nothing wrong with that. I think all of us should always remain in a robes. Hello, beautiful lady.
Hello, my dear. Oh my God, what a morning.
What time
I
did
was
you
honest.
go to?
It was 8 hours. Then I passed out and fell asleep for a while. Then I wake up and I'm looking at my numbers and literally watching them be reduced in front of my eyes. And then I grabbed my camera and I recorded it. And I made 2 videos showing
Okay,
that
yeah.
so I did, so that happened. I was like, what the fuck? I was really pissed about that. and I literally watched it go from 299 to 2992, and then up to over 3,000, then back down to 2992, then up to over 3,000, then down to 2887. So they literally took off two. They kept screwing with the numbers. I couldn't believe it, and it's so anyway
I
that
don't
happens.
understand why though.
I think they just try to fuck with you. I don't really know. It's a glitch in the matrix or something. But the fact that like people are steadily watching it, and it'll show that on in one of the analytics, but then it'll show that they just reduce the numbers. I really you can see it on my video, them turning it down from 2999 to 2992. And then you see them literally turn it down from 3015 to 2992. It's like they just keep clicking it. It's like stuck in a clicking pattern where it gets to a certain number and then clicks back, and just it's been doing that to people for years. This has been going on for years. I'm not the only one. Big channels, they'll have thousands of views taken off. If they say somebody gets like 20,000 views to a video, all this it'll be, and so there that's what the creator is used to, and then it'll be down to 10,000, and it's still a lot. I'm like, wow, but to
Yeah.
them it's like, what the hell, And then people get subs get kicked off. So if you lose subs, just remember sometimes that's YouTube kicking people, not people actually leaving you.
Well, so see, I think in one day I lost like 2 subs, and I just thought, "Oh, someone was drunk probably the night
No,
before
it's
and
probably
subbed," and then
YouTube.
yeah, and then they
No, it's
realized,
half
"Oh,
the time
shit."
half
Yeah,
the time it's not personal at all. It's honestly YouTube. I just proved it, you know.
that's
I just proved
crazy.
it
I
with my
don't
two
understand.
videos. They just
So
try
I
to make
really
you feel, I don't know. Anyways, I
go
actually
ahead.
did want to talk about last night because I was kind of I was because I was worried for my friend. It's like because I was like, what's going on here? I thought maybe something happened a little tiny bit to her brain. I actually thought that Megan had a teeny bit of a a TIA that would set her back to this previous. Because I mean, are we allowed to talk about this? Because I want to talk
Yeah,
about
go ahead.
this.
I mean,
I
yeah,
was
we
gonna
could
call
talk
you.
about it
I
too.
was I'm public with my feelings and thoughts about everybody, and that's the way I am. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not dissing anybody. I'm worried about her because I thought
Well,
that was
here's the
really
deal.
surprising and not normal, in my opinion.
Here's the deal. I'm not gonna
What?
just let anybody up on my panel and just be trashing those that I care about. But the deal is you and Tina go way, way back. And
Yeah,
I know you love her and it's out of love. It doesn't
and
you're
I
not
do. And
trashing her
honestly,
trying to
I
get
feel like,
subs or
I mean, it's like we really are sisters because
I know.
I can overcome things that really piss me off and still hang in there and fight with her like a sister. We fight like sisters, like real sisters, and but then I still love her, but I am actually technically in real life I'm worried about her. I actually am concerned because when I was listening back, and she got more normal after a while, but when I was listening back, I was like, she doesn't sound quite right. It's almost like she's a little tipsy or slightly on something. It sounded a little bit like something like that. It could be she's always talking about her next stroke, and sometimes you
Mhm.
can have a
Mhm.
very minor twist. It can
Yeah.
happen to me. I mean, it can happen to you. It can happen to anybody. But because for me, her behavior was a little different, a little less in control of herself and more controlling of. I thought it was just a little bit different than her normal self, and I was like, I know that she has these tendencies or her personality, whatever, but I usually she's pretty conscientious of her and other people, but I
Uh-huh.
felt like she was kind of like just lost in this need to just like, you know, talk about, say this, control the narrative. I don't know. I thought it was weird. It
Yeah.
didn't make total sense to me. She was talking about things, rattling it on about things that weren't necessarily related to what we were talking about and bringing up stuff a long time ago. And it was just a little weird. It was like a little weird. And then to go about Dolly again, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I felt like I felt first the first thing that caught me um was that she just had
She
It
needs
was
a
a
here. You know
bolder
what it is?
Tina.
She needs a boulder. Well,
Yeah,
less in
like
control is what I thought. A
that's
little less
yeah.
cognitive of. She can be aware of other people, and she does talk a lot, and she does control the thing a lot. That's always been true. But I thought it was a little more so that night, like where um a little less conscious, and then she didn't care. There was
She
something
didn't
that,
care.
yeah,
Yeah,
she
and
didn't
then it
care.
felt like something slipped, and then she started realizing exactly what she had put out because she was like, "Well, that's my business.
I
Like,
honestly,
I'm
and I was going to talk. Okay, so there's some of this I want to talk to you. It probably has to be private. I don't know, but I was sort of like, because I think she isn't actually in communication of any kind with Jimmy Jams, Dolly Vision. I like to call him Jimmy Jams. But I think she likes to create doubt because I think she thinks it's good for the channel in terms of creating a mystery. And she's very smart about like how to, she's one of those people who knows how to sell. Sex sells. She even said it, I want to promote my channel, so sex sells, I'm doing
right,
sex. She's pretty upfront
right.
about it. She's pretty open and honest. And you were like, oh, I love the honesty. Not everybody would admit something like that. It's like, but you know what I
Exactly.
mean? But she does, because that's the kind of thing that's unique about her. She's not, she can be manipulative, but she can also be so blatantly honest and truthful and vulnerable and not manipulative. It's sort of like, does she know the difference? Sometimes I wonder. I'm like, what is this about? Because honestly, it wasn't about Dolly Vision anymore. She'd moved on. She was moving on.
That's what I thought too,
She
and I thought even
was. And now
I
she's
thought,
like, no, it's not. I've always been talking. People tell me this. I don't care. I'm going to keep talking. I'm in love with it. It was just like, are you kidding me? Part of me was
yeah,
like, are you what? Wait a minute. You know?
I thought she had fallen madly in love with
I
Ernie.
did too. I think she would have gone to Ernie if Ernie had been available in any way, which he's not. And so I think that Tina has the, or Papercut has the psychology, because I analyze everybody. I'm analyzing you too, by the way. Just so I analyze myself. That's what I do.
Okay,
And
I
it's cool.
love it.
Good. We need to analyze each other. I like your
Right.
analysis of me if I need some help on my perspective, and I think you know you're pretty good at no at having a good
Thanks,
perspective.
Rose.
So thanks. You thank you, hon. No problem. So I mean, I like having friends like you who can give feedback that's constructive based on knowledge and experience and being a woman and knowing what it's like. And there's a lot of things about my life that I would want to be around people who shared what it's like to be a mother, what it's like to be a grandmother, what it's like to get married and divorced twice. Maybe you haven't gone through that, but you're a mother and a grandmother. So I mean, we're both women, we're both white women, we're both platinum blondes. We have a lot in common, a lot, but we don't
Yeah,
have everything in common, obviously. But you're old enough,
right.
to give me some valuable feedback. So on to just my opinion is that something happened to her brain a little bit, just a tiny little thing that was like throwing her off a little bit and into her, that part that you sort of learn to control, and that you learn that and you develop and you learn to control yourself, and you learn to how to grow up and engage with other people and not just grab out of people's hands, but to have respect for other people. We learn these things, and then between our 30s, 40s, and 50s, where we are our most controlled version of ourselves, hopefully, if we're not drug addicts or addicts, which then you have no control,
Hi, Tashi.
right? Toshi. So and I don't want to talk about the wrenches with you too, because Toshi timed somebody out or blocked somebody or something, and then she told me that she did, and she said, take my wrench because I can't control myself, and or something like, or I might not be able to. Okay, so I thought that was funny, but I was also like, if I took her wrench temporarily, she could block anybody she wants without blocking them from the whole channel. Then I can give it back to her if she wants. But
Mm,
if everybody has a wrench, then you can't block people personally without blocking them from the whole channel. So I feel like having a day where everybody can come in and block who they don't like. Instead of time, you don't get to time people out on my, you don't get to scold people or hit them on their little hand with a ruler at my channel. I forbid it. And when I see it, it pisses me off. And it makes me know because I'm missing out on what the comments are. I want to know who people are. I want to know the fake accounts. I want to see what I'm up against. Don't take that away from me. I don't need to be
yeah,
protected. I'm not a little baby. And they're just words in a chat online, little digits on a screen. They're not, you know what I mean? That's all it is. If we can't handle that, we're a bunch of babies. You don't get to control other people's. That's my thing. I don't know how you run your channel. You're totally different, or you might be, or whatever. Actually, Tina and I've schooled her a lot on my opinion on the wrenches, because I wanted to see how she handles trolls, because I think she has a really interesting way of doing it. And I like to see her in action on things like that. And
Mhm.
normally she can throw people off by being really nice. And
Yeah.
so if we're all taking away what we think is a bad comment to protect our little precious teen who's a little child or something, we don't give her the opportunity to hone those skills of getting used to trolls and learning how to deal with it. It's part of the game here. We play. You gonna play? You gotta play. Play all the way.
Hey, hey, I want to say something real quick. Um, so Hope's Echo was in your chat last night. Do you know her?
Who? Who?
Hope's Echo. I've got her on the screen right
Hope's
now.
Echo. I don't know her. Do
Isn't
you?
that a beautiful name, though? No,
That is a
but
nice
anyway, she
name.
was in
She
your
has
chat
so much
last night.
confidence. I wish I had it. I know, right? Well, when your body's in really
Yeah,
good shape,
but I
I've been there.
I I just
Go
wanted
on.
to introduce her to you guys. She subbed, so we appreciate the subbing, and I just want to introduce. So if you see her over in your chat or Tina's chat or whoever we care about's chat, then she's the real deal with 3 puppies. Don't think I haven't seen that, but I
Oh,
have to
she
get
has.
all. I
So
have to.
does she have a channel?
Do you have a channel, Hope's Echo?
She says no. I didn't chat. I wait until I know people aren't mean.
Well, we can. I'm not gonna lie. People can be mean, but I don't take it as like we're trashing just each other to be mean. I feel like it's constructive criticism, but we're all very, very strong women that are very, very, very. We're not trashing people like in our chat or whatever like that. Like we will have discussions on our panel. Sometimes it gets heated, but in the end, we still love each other. But no, we're not going to trash you in the chats. So you feel free to talk to us. That's what we're here for to unravel your lives. That's what we want. We're
So I
interested
haven't.
in all that.
I wanted to message Paper Cut
The
and
best prayer to
see
attract
how she
wealth.
was feeling, and tell her what I was concerned about, because I honestly thought there was a change that shifted that made me very concerned about her. And it's not about arguing about her crazy psychology over these men. See, I almost feel like she's a really good supporter of somebody. She's really, really good at supporting a man that she believes in. So if we could find a real man that she could believe in that wants her support, it would be great, because she's a great wife like that, or she's a great like fan club. Like, look how she was promoting Jimmy. Then she wanted to promote Ernie. I went from Jimmy to Ernie too. I got kicked out of Dolly Vision. Same thing. We have a lot in common. We've been through a lot of the
Yeah,
same, you know.
yeah,
So I really, but Ernie's a different person now. She still believes that Ernie, and I'm not trying to make it like it's over, or he's not whatever, but I mean everything's changed for him right now. He's in a really tough place.
yeah. And the scary thing is that he's lived such a scary life that
Yeah, he
you just
has.
don't know how far it is that you can help someone like that.
I know, and I feel really.
Okay, who is this? McNimsis. Yeah. If I don't know your real name, if and I've never seen that name, you're
And
not
we got to
coming.
be really careful, because people are definitely out on the prowl, and there's definitely people who want to come up on any panel they can and shit talk Paper Cut. That's a
Y-
fact.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I mean, these are two. Rose and I sitting up here. Rose and Tina have had a long relationship, and I've just met them over the last couple months. And so we're not trashing her at all. Believe me, if
Yeah,
Rose and
we're
Tina
not going
sat,
to do that. I'm
yeah.
actually
So
more concerned about her health, to be honest with you, because Tina usually has a lot of presence of mind. Now, she could be like, I do think that she might have gotten into this thing like, it's my secret to know. Like, I've got a big
yeah, like
secret about me
weird.
and Dolly Vision, and I'm holding my secret, and you can ask me all you want, but I'm not going to tell. And it's almost like this thing for attention and to create drama, and that's
Yeah,
okay to have qualities like that when you're trying to be. That's what I mean. I always
right.
That's how I knew she was a real creator, because I could see she had
Hey,
ideas.
let me address this really quick. Let me address this really quick. Whoever that MC was just backstage, I just want to accept. I just want to. Unless I know your real name, and believe me, I visit chats too. That's why I know people from the other side that are like trying to slither their way into here. Um, you need to come into our chats under your real name, not under alts, because at least I know what I'm dealing with. So you're not going to get up on my panel
You can always
and
take them
porn bomb
down. You can always
or
pop
anything.
them down if
Yeah, but not before they porn bomb or do whatever damage they're going to do. I mean, and I'm not going to take the time to go back and splice my live. I need the views, and so I'm not going to, I need the watch time
yeah,
hours. So I'm just not going to do that. So if you want to come in here under a name that we know for sure is you,
yeah.
and I feel like you have relevance or something to add to this that's not going to cause discord, then sure, bring yourself back.
I'm
But
worried about her because say she does have a stroke. You know, that's going to be really tough for her daughter to deal with. What's her son going to do? I mean, she's holding together whatever she's holding together to pull off living and keeping a roof over her head. And you know what I mean? And so if she had some real damage and she sort of lost it or something, it's like, oh shit, you know, that would be pretty bad. And it's serious. You know, I mean, if I die,
yeah.
my kids are. I wouldn't want to be left in the house, you know, falling over for too long, where I start to rot and smell, and it's horrible when somebody finally comes and finds me, or you know what I mean. If I could fall, I mean, I could
Yeah.
fall down the stairs. You know, it could happen. Anything can happen. It's a bloody miracle. I'm always like, and a lot of people that were getting older in my community were worried about growing old alone and having nobody there to help them if something should
Mhm.
happen or there to check. And that's why
Mm.
they went in and built this whole community. Everybody put in $10,000 or whatever so they could buy a place together and build these little separate cabiny houses things and live on there together as a community, trying the whole communal living thing, right? Which went however it
Mhm.
went. But it is a concern. Like now, you have a husband and a family that probably is buzzing around you all the time. That you have fantasizing about escaping to a penthouse in New York,
Right,
right?
right, right,
So
right,
if
right,
something
right.
happened to
Uh-huh.
you, you've got dogs, people, kids, grandkids, in and out, people,
Yeah,
friends,
I'm
dozen,
blessed.
right? So you don't have this
Yep.
situation where you're living alone, isolated out, you know. And I love living alone. I don't want to give up my that because, but
Aw.
then it's like, okay, well, I gotta, you know, I'm not that old, but I could fall down anytime or something. Anything can freaking happen. You can have a slip, you can have a fall, you could fall in the tub, you know. And you know, this is
Oh
why it's
god,
nice
the
to have
tub
someone check it,
situation.
right? Yeah.
So scary.
Now, what was
Hope,
your take? What was your take on things last night?
let me just say this. You're coming from a very cruel I can honestly say we're not cruel here. We're not cruel.
Is she
So,
talking to
welcome to
me?
our community.
Who's the,
No, she's
who
talking
is saying it?
Hope's Echo. Remember I told you she was new and she was in your chat
Oh,
yesterday and she was
she
just
is coming from a
watching?
cruel community. Oh,
Yes. Oh, yes. No,
are you from like Queen Bee or
are you
one of
from
these
the
places?
Krama?
Are you from
Are
the
you from the
Frosalina Club?
Krama?
Where's she from?
Yeah.
Hope's Echo. I was watching. It didn't comment. Comments disappeared. Oh my God. How did the comments disappear? This is why I'm taking all the. You know what? I'm going to be taking all the wrenches, and then people are going to have to earn back wrenches. I'm just for now going to take away almost all of them, if not, because I just want to start over because people are timing out people on my channel. I don't like it, and I
What
don't
was
want
up with
anybody having.
Max doing it so much last night?
Yeah, I
And then Tashi
know.
got blamed. Tashi did uh uh
I thought that was really weird of
block
Max
one
too.
person and then everybody was like, Tashi's doing it. And it clearly says on there who's doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know what
And
I've
that's an
never seen
argument for
Max do
having.
that so much.
I couldn't, but he did it on Tina's. He timed out
Really?
people on
Why?
Meg on PCT. I was shocked. I didn't say anything.
Maybe he
I
feels
finally
like
said,
he's got to protect y'all,
I don't know what his
but you don't
problem is,
need
but you
protecting.
don't do that. No, he finally fell from grace. He's been this hero. Me and Lika are always like, Max is so great, and she really thinks highly of him, and we have been. But I'm sort of I say to people, stop, do not time out or block. That's my job. I'll decide if that happens. So I have been timed out and blocked so many friggin' times. It's my job to do it finally on my own channel. Don't take away my fun. You know, it's like, and for him to do that blew my mind. It blew my mind. I still like. I don't know him.
Yeah.
I don't know that guy. I've always wondered if he was secretly a serial killer because he seemed a little too perfect. That's what I always
Ah,
thought. Yeah, you know how
hippie
serial
grandma.
killers.
Hey, I didn't
Well,
see
and
hippie
why does he
grandma
want
in
to?
here.
Where? I'm
I
so
just saw
tired. I
that
probably got to go back to
Sunshine.
sleep. I have been exhausted from all the emotion around worrying about paper cut, worrying about Ernie. Um, because I, oh God, that, that's another thing. That's another thing. And, just this other shit I gotta do. Oh my God, they're taking away so many of my views. It's really pissing me off. I screenshot views and then prove that they've been lowered. This is really pissing me
Do you send
off.
them over? Do you send them over to YouTube
I
and ask
haven't yet,
why
but I'm
this is
gonna now.
happening?
I haven't yet
Yeah,
because I
because
didn't
I've heard
know.
a lot of creators talk about that.
Really awful.
So
So
yeah, you've been
unfair.
over at QB's Hope. Yeah, that's a scary community to be in. Yeah, come here. Come here. You will be
So what, did something
embraced.
happen to you that made you want to leave that community, or what's the story behind you? Oh, and Joneson and Dietz. Oh yeah, I like
Uh-huh.
Joneson.
Yeah.
Dietz is cool. I sort of hadn't. I went over to Joneson because she made a video using some of my material, and she made it kind of funny. And I did this little rant. She like speeded it up 1.5, and it was funny. Anyway, they would watch my dancing sometimes. I was like, okay, these are my. And then I went over there just to see, because they'd made a video of me, and I didn't, strike them or any of this bullshit. I just went over to talk. But it was when Dolly Vision was feeling really defensive about a lot of people giving him attacks. And when he saw me over at Joneson, I was actually defending Dolly Vision against the people that were attacking him in that chat, because Joneson used to be part of Dolly Vision.
Right. Mhm.
And then she left, whatever. And so Dolly got mad at me, or he was mad at anybody he saw hobnobbing with anybody who'd been shit talking him, and they were sort of in this war. But I actually enjoyed that my time over there, and I think you would like that show. Maybe, I don't know. Depends on who's
Now
on panel.
I've been over there. Yeah, and it does depend who's on panel, but they can get I don't like the real life stuff. I don't. I just
Oh,
don't
what
like
do
it.
they what do they do? What do they do real
I
life?
I'm not speaking for Jonesens or Deets or anything like that, but I have seen, things on QBs where they go, they find people's criminal records, they post them online, they dox their information, they drive by people's houses. I mean, I
Wow,
don't dig that at all. Like, no, if you're
wow,
not invited, don't come down here. Don't
wow.
don't don't come down. Luckily, I have nothing in my
Well,
background that can be used against me.
right.
And if you just want to clip me and just, make fun, whatever, I don't care. The only thing I ask is to have the common courtesy just to hit the subscribe. Then use my shit all day. I don't care. But I follow etiquette. I'll never go over and I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due.
Mm-hmm.
You can make
Mm-hmm.
parodies all day long, but at least give credit to the channel and subscribe. You know what I mean? That's the
Mm-hmm.
least you could do. But back to your panel last night. Like, first of all, I saw in chat where everybody got what she was saying before she came right out and said, that she was still in love with Dolly. But then I
Mm-hmm.
just felt like I got kind of shitty after I went in this laughing tangent.
So you,
I
you
got
wait. You heard her say I'm still in love with Dolly Legend, and you fell to pieces laughing. Is that what you're saying?
I yeah, I there was so much going on.
Oh my
And I
God,
don't know,
you are
and
too much.
Morbid deflects, right?
Pretty fucking
So
funny.
so Morbid if Morbid gets tired of hearing about something, he will say something else to like and because he's a newbie, that's how he's able to take over panels because people are like, "Oh, what? Wait, what did he say?" But on one hand, like I have myself muted because the more chaotic it got, the more I laughed. I couldn't help it, and everybody was talking over everybody. And finally, you were trying to talk to chat, and they still were talking. I was like, "Shut the fuck up and let Rose talk." And
Mm,
then it kind of got quiet because I think people forget that just because you are a guest on the panel, you don't
mhm.
get to
Control the whole friggin' thing.
yes, and that's
Yeah.
what was happening, like, it just
Hmm.
so when you timed out, like, Tina, I kinda giggled about that,
Well, I had
and
to. She literally would not stop talking, and that's another thing. She loves to talk, and she will go on, and she can control, but she can also be quiet when needed. She's not. completely impossible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I felt like she was that night, a little bit impossible, just slightly impossible. So to the point where I literally had, if I didn't take her down, I would never have been able to talk, and I would have blown a gasket. You know. So I was just, I couldn't believe the way. I mean, but then I feel like she calmed down a bit more when she started singing, and more the men came up with. Then she was kind of getting back to herself. But I swear to God, there was just something a little off,
Uh-huh.
as if she was, and I know she's not drinking, so it's as if she had a teeny bit of something that just slightly took away an eensy bit of her normal control, or she had a mini stroke or something, or maybe she's on new medication that's affecting her brain a little bit, or I don't know, but it
Well, I know
just was.
she's going back to the doctor, what, in 3 days, so hopefully they'll get a good
I
report.
mean,
Maybe, I don't know.
one thing about her
Maybe,
hyper focusing on things that I like is that it forces you to analyze every little thing and know, and you get into every single piece of the psychology that was going on. But on the other hand, it can be frustrating to have to be like, do we have to go over every little thing we already did, or can we skip this, or it's like, all right, we already, I don't want to dig that deep right now. We got a time limit here or something, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, but
yeah.
I also love the fact that she kind of forces you to go, and she's like, no, I want to get it, I need to talk about this. So it can be really helpful when someone forces you to, because I would let a lot of things go, or I would privately deal with a lot of things that I may not bring up to another person in a friendship or a conflict. I might feel a lot of things that I didn't say, but she'll say she wants to go over everything, but that's kind of can be a really interesting and useful quality, because it forces you to really not just skip things that might eat away at you, or that are in there, or that are part of your interaction, or your conflict, or whatever. I don't know, I just don't know.
I think I mean, I can't, it's hard to speak for how somebody felt, but I feel like she, felt like she had to put out there, because I mean, when she said, "I'm still in love with Dolly," I mean, your whole chat was like, "WTF," and then here
I
come the
know,
trolls,
I
and then
know.
because no
Maybe she did it for
honestly,
attention. She might be do it. She might have
some
done it
people
to
said
build
that.
her channel. It very well might be true. I have
Some
to
people
say,
said that.
it doesn't mean I don't love her, and that I'm not her friend, or that I think she's being
Sure.
just because she's being manipulative to build her channel. I still love and adore her, but it's very possible she just said all that to create drama, to build her show, and that's one of her. You could call it a skill, to figure out how to promote her show by creating drama, creating intrigue, creating. She's trying to build her channel. She's very invested, and I knew that that's what she really was a YouTube creator, and that she would do great, and
Uh-huh.
that she would come up with shit, and that she would think of things, because she is very creative in a lot of ways. And so I thought, okay, this woman is controlling Jimmy's show to a point where, and I didn't, I liked her. I liked seeing her up on. I wanted more of Tina, actually, paper cut. So I was like, so I really wanted her to do her own show. So when she did, and she, no, 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 I'll never do my own show. She was always saying, I'll never, no, no, no. She was like, I was so frustrated. Finally, was like, all right, I'm done asking you to do your own show. Clearly, you don't want to. I'm wrong. You're not really a creator. I'm gonna let it go. And then, because she was squeezed out of so many other channels where she could not co-host with Mab, she tried to co. I'm gonna co-host with Mab. She tried to co-host with Mab. She would have been a co-host with Ernie if he let her. She likes to work with a male, I think, especially. But then, because nobody would have her, she had to get her face out there. She had to get her voice out there. She was forced to do her own channel, and now she's rocking it like I knew she would.
Yeah. Yep. She,
So
she's
sexy,
I mean,
she's a drama channel. I'm going to call her a hot, sexy drama channel. That's what I'm.
yeah. I mean, how many people are out there doing that?
Yeah,
What
she's
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 doing
one of them.
is,
She's a hot,
yeah,
sexy drama channel hustling.
yeah.
Hustle,
And
baby, hustle.
but she needs to get monetized, because I'm telling you.
No, she's just gonna no, because she is monetized by putting her Cash App and her PayPal up there. That's
Oh, I didn't think about that.
yeah.
I didn't think about
That's
that.
she is
Sometimes
she is doing that
sometimes
every time. So don't worry about
that's
that.
yeah, sometimes that's better, because you don't have to worry about YouTube coming in and striking your channel. You pretty much will be yourself.
Mhm.
But I kind of giggled at her. One of my giggling points And y'all, anything I'm saying, I have Tina knows I love her, and e- everything I'm saying is not anything that I would not say to Tina at all. Um, and I am, and listen, I'm all for Tina doing whatever makes Tina happy. Whatever. Now, some of it does get disturbing because I don't want her taken advantage of, and I think it's easy. It could be easy to take advantage of her, and I'm hoping as she's progressing and she's changing, basically, I mean, you guys, really, we're sitting here watching Tina evolve. I
Mhm.
mean, so she's branding herself differently and stuff, and I'm scared for her to be taken advantage of. But I cracked up last night when she said that she watched the playback and she spun around and didn't realize that her whole hoo-ha or everything was being shown. And I wanted to say so bad, but the chat and everybody was going crazy and I was giggling. Girl, you walked up to the camera and showed your muff several
Yeah.
times,
Yeah.
even in the blue
Yeah.
dress.
She's acting like, oh, I swung my skirt, accidentally showed something. Oopsie. It's like,
Girl, you
come
walked up to the
on.
camera and lifted the dress.
Fine.
So
Exactly.
just own
Exactly.
it. Just
Own
do
it.
your
I
thing.
know. What the hell?
Do your thing.
Exactly.
But that was,
Why?
yeah.
Why? Well, yeah. Why pretend that that's not what you're doing? And that was another thing I thought that was a little tiny bit off about her. It was like her normal response would be something changed. I'm telling you, between that fight with Nicolina, where she jumped in and fought, and I thought she held her own pretty damn good, to the point where Nicolina had no recourse but to porn bomb the
I
show.
see, I missed that altogether. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't see that? You didn't see
No,
that?
I try not to.
What?
I
Oh, that was a
there
big
was
live. That was a big deal.
yeah, but
I
when
thought you
it
were
deals
there
with
for some reason. I don't know why I
I
thought
might
that.
have been there for a little while and then dropped down. Didn't know that she had it out with Nicolina. But the deal is whenever Nicolina's around, like I'm gonna dip out because
There was
I
350 people in that chat for like 2 hours or 3 hours.
I don't like her. I don't like what she stands for. I don't like uh, the raunch. I don't like the
Hmm.
bullying. I was in chat one time on another over in the Krama community and saw something so vile that she said and did that I was just like, "You're a fucking bitch." And
Hmm.
I was like, I mean, we could take shots at each other all the time if we want to. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
But you there's just I would now I can do it, but I would rather not go that low.
Hmm.
And and there was no reason to. The person she was taking shots at, she absolutely knew nothing about. And what she did was in my book unforgivable, and I'm very
Really?
forgiving
I'm
person.
now I
Yeah,
want to know what she did. What she do?
I'm very
Any
so
way you
I
can describe it in a hinting
yeah, I mean
way?
I'll tell you guys. I mean it's not a secret out there. There's
All
clips
right. So
of it
what happened?
everywhere.
All right.
So part of the Krama community, there's this lady over there, um, and and when I'm talking about some people, I'm using the word lady like loosely. When I'm talking to
Hmm.
some people, I've
Hmm.
never personally been accused of being a lady, and I'm okay with that because that's the
Oh my
truth.
God, you're so fun. Oh
So
really? Oh my God.
yeah, so I'm definitely not going to call somebody else a lady who knows that they are on my caliber. But
Hmm.
anyways, there's TT Table Talk.
Hmm.
So she had a tragedy happen years ago. Like I don't remember how many years, but it's been 15 years or so ago that it happened. She had a tragedy where she lost her child in a fire. Now, I'm not going to sit here
Oh,
and debate whether her baby, whether that was set by her or wasn't set by her. That's none of my business,
that's
you know.
horrible.
So, and I'm not going
Oh,
to do that.
wow.
So
Wow.
there's another creator who I think is fucking hilarious, and most people, and I always shoot for the underdog, right? Like I'm an
Hmm.
underdog girl.
Hmm.
And this girl to me in the Krama community has become an underdog. I mean, there's nobody out there that's not using her for content. I mean,
Hmm.
half of these people over in the trauma community absolutely would not have a channel if they didn't attack another creator, right? So everybody's
Hmm.
like, when is it going to stop? Let's all stop. No, bitches, you know you ain't stopping because that's the only reason you have a channel.
And
Every,
I honestly get very bored by that shit. I get really bored when people only attack another person, and
yeah,
half the time they're in on it together.
yeah, exactly. Well,
And
there's
they're
this,
doing it. They're fighting on purpose for clicks and views because they think it's fun, and they just shit talk each other, and they think it's so funny, and people go running back and forth to see what the other said, and
yes,
it's distract. It's like a weird little sick,
but people
stupid
like
little
the train
drug.
wreck.
And well, they're
People,
high off of shit, off this, all the off the animosity and the fighting because it matches their own internal aggressions or whatever, and then they throw money at who's the best shit talker, who's shit talking they prefer, or who has the voice they prefer
right?
listening to, or who's funnier at the shit talking, or whoever they got up with first, or whatever. It's a complete waste of fucking time. That's what it
Yeah,
is. It's not,
yeah,
there's
but you
nothing
know what?
valuable in it, you know.
There's such a following for it because
I know. Well, that's why my channel
people
has grown very
thrive on
slowly
the
too.
drama.
Yeah, and I'm not a drama channel that way. So I've grown. But when I have the drama people on my channel, that's when I get the most views.
Right,
I
right.
know.
You're
I used to have
exactly right.
11, 12 people in my chat. For the longest time I had 11, 12 people in my chat. And then I could never get above, then there was time it was 19. The thing would never allow me to go above 19. Then it was 48. I always had 48 people in the chat for the longest time. I was like, well, I'm just not growing, even though I had a lot of people that were on my channel that subbed me up and loved me. For some reason, I couldn't get those numbers. And then finally, I was able to get those numbers, bigger numbers, but it took me forever. And I don't think it's that they weren't there because people would say to me, I know you're getting more views than this, than it's showing. And I just said, well, fuck it. I'm going to
Uh-huh.
play away. I'm not going to get worried about YouTube and their little click box thing clicking away my views. I know that there's people out there that I need to reach, and I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to still get out there and not get discouraged because of whatever. And now I'm finally getting the showing the views that I more closely should have, but they're still taking them away. This is why I grow pretty slow. Lately, I've grown more quickly. Lately, but I've been around a long time.
Right.
So it doesn't feel like. I mean, I
Ebbs
had
and flows.
4,800 views when they took my channel down. Then they took my channel down for a year. Then they restored it, and they had taken some of the views away, and they were constantly trimming 10 subs off of my channel every week. They would take 10 subs away at least, if not every twice a
Huh.
week. And I was like, oh shit. And then I
Wow.
started to do lives on that channel, my Rose New Blueprint channel, that was pretty popular I was very popular in the super soldier community. But then
Yeah.
and then I moved over to Dolly Vision or whatever. Honestly, Dolly Vision it's still crime. Super soldiers are criminals, and so is the criminals that we watch true crime. That's crime. It's criminals. It's crimes against humanity. The super
Exactly.
soldiers it's all crime. It's not like true crime is a stupid term because it's all crime. Well, what is it? As opposed to false crime? What do you mean true crime? What is not true? You meaning we're not watching movies? Is that what it means? We're not watching a fake
Yeah.
movie about a fake. Is that what it means? Because I don't even know what it means. I always thought it was a stupid term. True crime. As,
I don't
you know,
I don't know.
it's
I
stupid.
don't know.
Anyway, the
All I
whole
know
thing
is
is. But what I know we've
go
talked
ahead.
about Summer, and I probably asked you what you thought happened to Summer. I'm sure I have, right?
Yeah, I'm
Have I?
on the same page as you guys. It pisses me off. It pisses me off to talk about her. And
Mm-hmm. It all comes down to Summer.
and so I yeah,
Ernie
and
Shell
it
is
does
running for
piss
his
me off.
life because of Summer Wells. His life has been
Yeah.
destroyed.
A
I
lot a
don't know
lot
if
of
you're
bad
still.
things have
I mean,
happened
you should.
around that.
Have you reached out to him to do an interview? Because that would probably be a nice. If he has the energy, it'd probably be a nice thing for him to be distracted
I
by.
Yeah, I didn't cuz Rose, I'm not lying to you, like when I left you last night, this morning, whatever, my dog needed me, so I went and hung out with her for a little while. I actually got 5 hours of sleep with only one She only woke me up one time. That hasn't happened in months.
Wow.
I was
So you're,
so
you're saying
happy
your
to
dog wakes you up
sleep.
on a regular. So you're saying your dog wakes you up on a regular basis through the
Yeah,
night? Is
she
that,
wakes me up anywhere. Yeah, she wakes me up anywhere from like 1.5 to at the most like 2.5 hours because she's sick, you know? So,
you think so?
yeah, but
Sidekick
last,
says, listen to Sidekick. She says Tina is being 100% honest about Jimmy and what she feels. Are you sure? I fear all this will backfire, obviously, but I think she wants the attention. I
yeah,
don't think she does. I honestly
I
don't
don't
think
think
she
she
cares about
cares.
negative attention at all. I think she thinks
Yeah.
it's good for the show to get it. I think she's one of those people who likes any attention. It doesn't matter if it's negative. And I think
Hmm.
she knows that negative
And
attention
negative
will build
attention
her channel.
sells.
It'll build her channel.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now she's a player.
yeah. I
Play
mean,
away, kid.
I
You
mean,
know,
Kim
but
Kim
I'm
Kardashian
not
didn't get
I
famous
look, I
because she's
still I'm not going to promote personally this thing like I'm in love with Jimmy. I might or might not have seen him. It's my life. It's I'm happy. Like I think she was trying to suggest that she was happy and she knows where she was headed and she's in love with Jimmy. To me, that was suggesting that she knew some secret thing behind the scenes that with Jimmy. That's what I thought it was trying to suggest. But I actually think that she was just trying to suggest that for clicks and views. I don't think there's anything going on with her and Jimmy in the background. But that's for her to know and not for us to know. Let's go watch her channel so that we can see if we can find out if she's been with Jimmy on the
yeah.
side or not. It's like I'm not going
Hmm.
to do that because I don't actually care. And I honestly don't believe that she has been with him on the side and I think that he is very in with PJ and I actually feel a little bad that, and I hope that Dolly and PJ can just shrug it off as Tina trying to build her channel
Right.
and not get too overly worried about it being like, oh, we got to get a restraining order or anything like that. You know, I don't want that. I don't want PJ to like take it too far. Like, oh, this woman is a sociopath. She's coming after me and Jimmy. I got to get a. You know, I hope that they don't worry about it to that degree, which I could see that they might, but I hope they don't
Well,
because
PJ
you know what
PJ did jump in the
I
chat
know.
last night. And
Yeah.
from what I saw, because I'm watching two different things, right? So I'm watching on the big screen, so I only see what you are highlighting. And then I was running over here and looking on the computer and stuff. And
Hmm.
from what I saw, I felt like she was I felt like PJ, at least she wasn't being critical and being like, "You fucking bitch, you don't come after my
Yeah.
man." You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Which is
Yeah.
I probably would have done that. I would have been like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, what?"
Oh
But I
yeah.
felt like she handled it kind of
Wait. Let me
classy.
ask you. So if you were PJ, you're saying that you might have reacted more aggressively.
Yeah, I would have yeah, if I heard somebody say that about
I
my
think so.
husband online, it would have been on. I would have went in there and just got I mean, I felt like she handled it pretty classy. She just sat there and listened and people knew she was there and made remarks to her and
She
she could
thinks
have
that
gone
she's
off.
been dealing with this for years, and that she thinks that. See, I didn't think Tina was acting overtly. I thought that Tina had. See, I never thought that Tina was acting all that badly on Dolly Vision. I think she made it clear she was, had her little crush, but then I felt like she was stepping away from overly flirting or whatever. She's trying. I thought she was actually kind of trying to be respectful, and let's face it, she was hoping to win, and she was losing, and so I thought she was handling it as gracefully as she could. And I thought that they did not have to kick her off the show. I was actually really kind of upset that they felt that they had to get rid of her completely. I didn't think she was being that bad, but I think PJ felt that she was, and it was just making her so uncomfortable, and it just wasn't worth keeping her around. And then you find out all these other people were secretly not wanting her on the show that they felt fine expressing once it happened. It was like, oh my God, she's getting so much hate. And I've been there, so I felt for her with all the people, but she didn't seem to care. She doesn't care. That's a little weird. See, I care if I get shit talked by everybody. If a whole community hated my guts, I probably wouldn't go back. But maybe I
Yeah.
try to go back and make them love me and force my way in. I mean, I hate rejection so much. And I have so many abandonment issues that if I think I'm going to get rejected, I'm probably not going to go set myself up for that whack in the head and that slap in the face. I'm going to go cry at home and in my soup and my hot chocolate and just be like, all right, lost that one, or that didn't work out. I guess those people don't like me. I'm going to go lick my wounds privately. I'm not going to go fight these people aggressively like a bulldog. You know what I mean?
See, I wasn't into the whole like I said, I watched Dolly Vision like once or twice I popped in when I saw the whole Turtle Island people were being kicked off, kicked on. I was like, "What the fuck? Like, I'm not listening to this." And I left. So I never even heard of Tina over there or nothing like that. And then, um, but here, here's what I think, and y'all can correct me. This is what it sounds like to me. It sounds like one man sitting there in all his kingdom that people have given him, and he's watching these two women go at it over him. Maybe not yelling and cussing at each other, but throwing themselves at each other in a way. Why are we empowering men like that? Because all that's doing is
It's so
lifting the man
fucking
up.
stupid to be fighting
It's
a
gross.
man like that. It's oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh my
So
god.
what? And then you're giving him content, and he's making money off of you guys. I mean,
I am concerned about her though, because when you say you're in love with somebody, you don't say that when you haven't spoken to a person or ever met them and haven't even texted them in months. It's just it's like it's not I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, well, I don't know how you want to, but it's been a long time, and I really feel like things had were going in a certain direction. I don't know where this came from. I felt like it came from out of the blue, and she goes, no, Morbid asked me. It's all Morbid's fault that I'm saying I'm still in love with Dolly Vision. It's because Morbid said something, and it's like, no, it's not. You can say whatever you want. She never has to mention Dolly again. That's her conscious choice. No one is forcing her to say anything. So she's choosing to put that out there and create this whole thing. Maybe she's
yeah,
not over Dolly like we thought. Maybe she just wants to have a tie to the Dolly Vision community. Maybe she's just trying to get the whole clicks and views thing to create a drama. And I think it could be that. Or she, as combined with, she's a little bit slightly crazy, like anybody is, you know. I'm not going to hold that against her. I've been crazy in love too. You know, but I'm not. I mean, I just like, oh come on. Part of me's like, are you serious? So I'm not. Oh good. Oh yes, Tina, be in love with Dolly. I'm gonna support that. Like I can't really support that. You know, I mean it's like,
yeah.
you know. And then
Hang on.
if you have that reaction, and these people in here have this strong reaction, then she's stirring up reactions in people.
Let me say this real quick. Could somebody drop my link in the chat? You guys, for those that don't know and didn't hear the beginning of it, I finally went over 200 subs. Woo woo! Give it up for
Yay! Good job,
Blondie.
203. I see it. That's
Who
excellent.
knew?
I'll put your link in
Um,
the chat.
there's 44 people in here. I know all 44 of y'all have not subbed up to me, like me or hate me. Please sub up, you guys.
How do you know they're not your sub?
Just sub up. I don't know.
There's Maria.
Um,
Hi, Maria
just
G.
sub up to me, please, and please drop roses in here. Anybody who's got a channel, I don't care if you guys drop your channel in here as long as you're subbed up to my channel. Leanie has etiquette that we're gonna follow around here, okay? So if you were subbed up to my channel, please drop your link. I have no problem with that at all. We're gonna pimp links and yeah, so Rose, keep going. Is there anybody that wants to come up and talk to Rose or I? I'm gonna drop the link,
Um,
just okay. But understand, if I have not seen you in chat before and I don't know what you're about, yeah, you won't be coming on my panel. Not happening.
yeah. Holy shit. I've just gotten sent a bunch of things that I want to watch. Now I gotta figure out what the hell this is.
What is it?
I think
Is
it's
it?
related to Ernie. Um
Oh no.
and because Tina Kachina is saying that you get hunted if you I shouldn't advertise that I'm RH negative, but it's sorry, it's too late now. But that
Too
they
late.
Well, that's why one of the reasons I've been fucking attacked my whole life, and because I'm RH negative, and
I'm
people say
RH negative.
you
I've
are.
never been attacked.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
O negative. Well,
No,
just
I'm not. I'm A negative.
oh, right.
I'm
You're like me. We're the good ones. I think we're like
yeah.
they're all good. Everybody's fine. AB is the supposedly the Merovingian Mary and Joseph, Mary Joseph and Jesus bloodline. Aye, aye, Mary and Joseph. All right, I AB negative. But I got okay. What should I do? Are you going to be on for a while? I could go down and watch this shit and then pop back up.
Yeah, that's fine.
I want
That's
to see what
fine.
she sent, and then I could, if I have news, I can come back with news. You've been
Yeah.
on for 71 minutes. Are you going to be hanging for a while?
Yeah, I'll be hanging for a while. I need the watch time, but if
Okay.
anybody wants to stick around,
Okay.
um,
Cool.
yeah.
And did I leave a message for Maria? I thought I did. I'm trying to remember. I got to listen to Maria's message as well. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for having me up. I will be back.
Love
Okay.
you.
See you soon. I'll be in
All
touch.
right, bye,
Bye.
honey. If anybody else wants to come up and chit chat, that'd be great. I see that who was it that said that? Oh, Whitney's at work. God, Whitney, call in. Leave early. Anybody else want to come up? Can somebody drop my link in the chat, please? I appreciate that. I'm not going to badmouth anyone. My opinions aren't anyone's concern. I, I dig that. I dig that, Miss Maria. Facts 100%. Let's see. Amen, sister. Please understand, I'm not bad mouthing Tina. If Tina was sitting right here, I would say the same thing. I would say that, and she already knows. Tina and I have talked about it, so I would say the same thing to Tina. I just don't want Tina hurt, but you know, um, I think Tina's rebranding, you guys. I really do. I think she's rebranding herself. And listen, I've been wanting to say this for a long time that some may have heard it, some may not have, but Kim Kardashian did not get popular or become this rich person by being um, a great movie star or singer or anything else. It was a sex tape. So, and I'm not saying that's what Tina's doing. I'm just saying negative publicity sometimes turns into great publicity and then sometimes leads to a lot of money. So, yeah. Katie, did I ever say hi to you? If I did not, Dolly needs to send a PM to Tina and shut it down, in my humble opinion. Well, maybe they are. Maybe they are talking. Maybe they're not. I don't know. I don't know. She was, what did I see that? She was all jacked up last night. I think maybe maybe because she didn't have a lot of sleep and she woke up like not, she said she was shaky when she woke up and stuff more so than usual. And we know, I mean, we sat there and watched her. She didn't leave the room to go get her some water. So maybe it had something to do with that. I think it's not for any of us to understand. No, I, i- if I sit back and look at it, I think it absolutely has to do with the whole rebranding thing. A whole, you know, wanting to grow her channel bigger um, and then maybe it is, Tina coming out of her shell. Maybe she has found some kind of sexuality that she wants to explore, and that's okay too. Hi, Tashi. Good to see you. Maria, good to see you. I think I missed a lot in chat, but I will go back later and do a lot of it. Does anybody want to come up on panel? Anybody? Anybody? Just so you guys know, I hit. Did anybody post my link? Tasha, will you post my link? I gotta figure out how to do that. Let me see if I hit my name. No, that's not it. Oh my gosh. I think I have to leave and go over to YouTube to do it. But the problem is I get lost in cyberland. Like I'm floating out in the air and it takes me a minute to get back over here. So I'm always scared to leave it. She has been saying it all along. It is all about Jimmy for her. Well, but we don't know what has gone on in the past, phone calls, etc. That is true, Barbara. That's true. Something very well could be going on. Could. Who knows? Who knows? I think it's all about Jimmy for several women. I don't get it. Because to me, you guys, no man is worth fighting over. I, mm-mm. Not be damned. I'm gonna be the fodder for somebody's gonna play with my emotions and no, not gonna happen. He made a video saying he was taken. Wow, did not know that. Congrats, Lenny. Thank you, Whitney. I appreciate that so much. None of us can or will support that. What with her talking about with Tina talking about Dolly? Is that what you're saying, Katie? I understand for sure. I just have to say I just have to stay true to yourself. Yeah, yeah. I sub. Thanks, sidekick. I appreciate you so much because of the topic. It brings views. That is correct, Tashi. That is correct, Nubug. Hit that like. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Hopes, I'm glad you found all of us over here. I think you're going to enjoy it. I wish I. Whitney, call out. Tell them you're sick. Come on and talk, girlfriend. I unload video footage of my hermit crabs. I don't do the crazy. I do the videos of my dogs. I love it. Did I post this? Oh, never mind. That's not my link. Okay, okay. Y'all just ignore the funny stuff when I'm trying to figure out YouTube and all this. I've never been attacked about being RH negative. Are you too? I've never been attacked of it either. I didn't know it had any significant value or anything like that. I mean, um, I didn't know it was a big deal in the world to be RH negative. Rose is iconic for sure. Yes, she is iconic. Leanie, I love you too, Katie. You're on your way to work, Tashi. You have a good day. I'll probably see you tonight somewhere. Even though it's a bloody shambles. It's a bloody shambles. No, I don't mean you, Leanie. I know. I don't. I thank you for saying that, Miss Maria. I don't take anything. You know, I don't. I know you guys know where my heart is, and more so than that, Tina knows where my heart is, and I don't see. The whole Dolly Vision thing. I can't really get involved in that too much unless she wants to talk about it with me because I wasn't around for all of that, right? So I don't know PJ, I don't know Dolly, I know Tina, and I adore her, and um, so I don't really get involved in that. I'm just talking about her channel and what she's doing now, like, to each their own. I mean, I'm not gonna judge Tina for that. I'm not gonna judge anybody for what they're doing on their channel. I have the right to walk through the door and pay attention and support it, or I have I could not walk through the door, it's all my right, and I think that's what if people I think people like to go into people's streams, not not so much because they like the content that's being put out, but just to be hateful. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not gonna do it. If I don't like the content you're putting out, or if I walk in because I'm interested in something and then I start seeing things I don't like, I'm out of there. If you're not saying nothing about my children or my husband, then I got no dog in the fight. Now, I am protective of my I am protective of Rose. I am protective of Tina. Just because they're my first real friends on here, and hopefully lasting relationships. And all three of us are so different, but at the same time, so the same. It's really weird how you can find things to connect on when you're so different and your belief system is different, but there's something to connect on, and that's what this was about to me is finding people I could connect with, in different ways. Didn't want to do like everybody in the world, being a mod. Um, I understand why Tina and Rose do that, but I'm just not about that. But yeah, I know I need to add mods, but some people don't want to be mods, right? Some people don't want that wrench. So if you do, I think pretty much everybody that's talking in here, I don't know everybody that's sitting in the bushes, but everybody that's talking in here has been with me from the beginning, I think. So if you would like a wrench, let me know and I will happily do it after the stream. I didn't know that only mods can drop links. Little did I know. Wow. See, I'm learning something every day. Ah, I'm trying to understand adrenochrome. Good night. Whenever I finally gave in and started researching that, ah, hmm, if you want to understand it, give yourself some time to sit down and do some research and be prepared to go down a very dark hole. Um, there's a lot of information out there. You just kind of have to dig through it and find the truth. But my little picket fence that y'all heard me talk about on Team Rose last night, my little picket fence that I had put myself in started one panel at a time coming off when I got into all of the corruption and stuff that was going on and people we look up to, right? We look up to singers, we look up to movie stars, we look up and to the point that they become gods to us. Whatever you spend the most time with in your life, that is your God. So, and people can have several gods. Is it right? No. But I have to be careful of that too because, I believe in the Bible and the Bible says not to put any other gods before me. And what he was talking about was what I interpret that to meaning is whatever you spend the most time with, that becomes your God. So I had to be real careful. I had to go into it in little pieces. Plus, I was just freaking floored at everything I was finding out. And then my husband is real big on that kind of stuff, and the corruption and the stuff that's going on in the world. And he would just give me little pieces. And, I was just like, get the hell out of here. Like, I don't want to hear it. You're being ridiculous. You're going too far. And oh man, when the whole Trump election thing happened and everything, I was like, something's not right. And then I started researching and I'm still researching in different areas and it's so dark. It's You got to have thick skin to go through it, that's for sure. You got to keep an open mind. But I'm telling you, once you get into it, once you really start understanding bits and pieces, everything starts making sense. Everything starts making sense. All right, I could go off on a whole tangent about that, but I'll try not to. It's okay, honey. I wish you would get to know Harvey better. Well, like she said, Barbara, and that's why Rose and I yesterday were like, Tina, come up here and talk to us about Harvey. We were so excited. We were kind of hoping that, maybe because I went to bed, right? And Rose, I guess, went to bed. I don't know. But so I didn't I knew Harvey had come into the chat. And I, so I was hoping there was, that he had sang to her and there was some kind of spark or, we all love a good love story or a good lust story, right? So I was hoping to kind of hear, her giggle and just be infatuated. And then that went downhill fast. So I don't know. I just, wherever it is, wherever love takes her, or whether she doesn't want love, because let's just face it, there are people out here that are just like, I'm good. I don't need another relationship in my life. Um, uh, and if that's what Tina wants, if she'd rather live in the because some people want to live in the fantasy, it's safer, right? So, if that's what Tina wants, then I wish her all the best with that. I think people just want to see her happy, but you know, it's always good to hear about a good love story and a a giggle and to be a girl, feel all those girl feelings again, right? And if we can't feel it ourselves, it's nice to feel it, coming from someone you really care about. And that's honestly why Rose and I were just like, come up here and tell us about this. This is good stuff, you know. And then when Rose saw that, I forget the other lady's name. I don't really know what to call her, but I think I know her as Aussie or Wild Angel. Anyway, somebody had said um, that they were gonna message her privately. We really thought they were talking about something that had gone on between her, Tina and Harvey, and so we were like, "No, we wanna know too." So really it was so innocent, and then it just ended up turning. So, Maria, you are loved. I like Tina. I only saw her 2 times. I feel bad for PJ too. I don't know PJ really well, but, I felt like what I saw in chat, um, what I saw I feel like she handled it very gracefully. I didn't see nothing negative, but I wasn't watching chat the whole time, just what I did see, just making her presence known, like, "I know you're talking about my man," kinda thing. I felt like that's something I would do, except for I would be like, what the is going on here?" So from what I saw, I felt like she handled it very classy. Something leany. Hi, Amanda. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome back. Is it when you turn 60? I don't know. I'm not 60. I think I'm 54. So, um, I don't know. I think I heard hippie grandma say that she's okay, she's okay being she doesn't want a relationship. So, do we all get to that point? Even the ones that are married where you don't want a relationship but you want companionship? Because there is a difference, right? I mean, I can receive companionship in different ways. I can receive it here through all you ladies, um, and then I can receive it through a man. I can receive it through my children. Companionship is like friendship. It comes in different colors. So, I wonder if even if you're in a long-term relationship, does it turn into a companionship? I don't know. Haven't gotten there yet. Tashi does need to be a mod. I know she was driving or going to work. I don't but yes, I didn't want to just hand people wrenches and then also like I didn't ask Warrior Nun to be one of my mods. I just really was focused on what um my panel was talking about, so it was really hard for me to keep up with chat. And I don't want chat thinking that they're just there and that I don't care. And Warrior was doing such a good job at welcoming people and saying hi to people. I was like, "Here, just help me, and if you don't want it, throw it back at me later," you know? So I don't wanna just hand people wrenches and then if they don't want and feel obligated. If you want a wrench, let me know, and I will happily give you one because there's a lot of when I used to go into a lot of other different chats, if they didn't have enough mods, all hell broke loose. But see, for me, I don't care. I mean, you guys can all have your own opinions as well, as not long as you're not in here, um, you know, uh, posting spells on people or just talking. I'm gonna tell you one thing I absolutely will not put up with. You will be gone that quick, and I don't care if every person that has a wrench times you out or blocks you constantly. We will not talk about people's kids here. We won't do it. I'm not doing it, never doing it. It's not going to happen. Not doxing people's children. I'm not, I don't talk about my kids much. I don't talk about my husband much. And my children are grown. And the reason why I don't is because they have rights too. They didn't ask just because I signed up for this for me to, you know, talk very much. They don't mind me telling stories every now and then, but I'm not going to put out there where they work or what they do or, their opinions. I'm not going to do all that. If they want to do it, they have the link. They can come up and talk about it themselves. But I absolutely will not talk about minor children. It's not going to happen. It's not going to, unless, of course, if we're doing a true crime case or we're doing a crime, anything like that, then of course. But we're not victimizing them. But we will not. We're not using kids out here in no way, shape, or form. All right. Blessed Mama went to vacuum. I'm not at others' expense. Truly thought she was over that stuff. I was shocked last night. Katie, I think it shocked Rose was completely taken aback. I mean, you could just hear it like, what is going on? So I can imagine those of you that have been around for the whole Dolly Vision thing probably were feeling the same way Rose did. Um, I'm not a mod, only mods can post. Tashi, I'm going to take care of that if you will accept it from me. Hello everyone. Teresa, welcome, welcome. Glad you're over here. Hey guys, will you subscribe to my channel? I don't know how to do it. And I have to go over, don't, to make somebody a mod, don't I have to go over to YouTube as well? Because if I leave here and go to YouTube, you guys, I'm going to get lost. And you guys are going to be sitting here in the dark. So, oh no, I go to, wait, wait, wait. I think I'm remembering some. Don't I just click? Wait. Uh, I thought I'd do it right here. I go to studio, but if I go to studio here, will it kick me out? I'm so far behind in chat. Hey, tattooed. Good to see you. Oh, if it's gonna kick me out, I can't do it right now. Okay. Well, I'm missing a lot of people that have come in. Maybe they came and went. All right, I'm gonna try to touch a little bit, especially those that came in. Those that I missed coming in, you guys, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. And if you could go to my channel and you could find my my link, then please subscribe. Oh my gosh, you guys, I didn't see all this chat. I didn't realize I was this far behind. Holy Hannah. Yes, yes, tattooed. I just have one screen because we need to get an Ethernet cord for the other one. I've got them set up, but we need an Ethernet cord for the other one. I could do it on my phone though, correct? Wait a second. I can do it on my phone. What up? Let me see. All right. I'm in YouTube. Somebody walk me through it real quick if you guys don't mind. Tattooed, walk me through it real quick. So I'm on my phone. I'm going to my channel, which I did, and then I go to from there. Let's see, community or no, no, not community. Um, some biscuit. Guys, hang in there with me just a second. Let me try to figure this out. Uh, no, that's not it. That's not it. Team Rose needs to come back because I know she's a mod on here. Oh, Rebel, you were a mod in mine. Is Rebel still here? Calling all rebels, calling all rebels. I'm here, you guys. I'm just trying to figure this out where I could mod some people. So I had to go to my studio. I remember that. Go to studio. And then, and then, analytics? No. Yes. And then, y'all just keep chatting. Let me figure this out. Oh man, this is annoying. Mm. Settings. Ah, yes. Settings. And then demographics. No. Mm. It's okay, Rebel. Rebel, will you drop my link for me? I know you're a mod. I'm trying to figure out this mod thing on my phone. Rebel, also drop your links. If you guys are subscribed to my channel, you are welcome to drop your links. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe and then you're welcome to do so as well. Rebel, I got over 200. We're celebrating today. Rebel's going to have to come up on panel and walk me through this. Or one of y'all. Somebody's got to. I'm on my phone. I'm in my studio. So somebody's going to have to come through and walk me through this because I found it before. I did it all by myself before. Um, but when I feel like I'm on a time crunch, I get nervous. All right, Rebel. Come on up, love bug. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have this all figured out. I Swanee, I'm gonna figure this mess out like nobody's business. I need a freaking cigarette. Now I'm just like so if you're not a mod, can you drop your own links in chat? So say Amanda Elizabeth. Thank you, Amanda. Yes, I'm so happy to have 200. I didn't ever think I'd get that much to tell you the truth. But so if Amanda's not a mod, right? If she had a channel, would she be able to drop her own channel in here? Or does people Oh, really? Oh. Oh, Maria, will you take a wrench if I give you a wrench too? Listen, I'm just going to give wrenches to people who I see in here and I think can help me. And if you don't want it, just throw it back and just don't hit me in the head with it. Hi, Rebel. How are you?
What's up, girl? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying. I didn't know that you had to be a mod in order to drop links. And I also didn't know that if you weren't a mod, you can't even drop your own link.
No.
No.
Okay, so I don't have two screens set up right now, but I've got
So
my
you're trying to
phone.
make somebody a mod though?
Yeah.
Go to chat. Just go to regular YouTube chat on your phone.
Okay, hold on. I went into the studio.
No, you don't have to go in the studio.
All right, so go to YouTube go into my live stream. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, go into your live stream and look for Do Maria G. You said that, you were going to give her a link. I mean, a mod, a wrench.
Yeah, hold on just a second. I'm a little slow. I have to figure out which one's which. Dear God, you guys, I'm really not this dumb. Okay, I'm in chat now. I'm gonna go to Maria. I click her name.
And you'll see add moderator.
Shut up. That easy?
That's
Yep.
easy. Now you can add her as a regular moderator or a main moderator, which there's really no difference in that. I don't understand why they put managing moderator and regular moderator. It's basically the same that I know of.
I've just let Yeah, I just let everybody be a managing moderator. Shut up. I did not know it was that easy.
Yeah.
Oh my, if you guys knew the back roads I was taking to try to get to where how to do this, it's insane. Oh my God, I make everything so harder than it has to
And
be.
you can also go on there, honey, in your chat if you want to, if you see something before your mods do, and you can block people and stuff like that, or time them out, or whatever.
Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. All right. I appreciate it so much. Hey, you guys, I'm gonna go through here and figure out the mods later, and I will figure it out. So if you happen to see a wrench from me, if you don't want it, throw it back. Don't hit me in the head. And please subscribe. So I do subscriptions in 10 increments. So I don't know. How many do I have now? Do you guys see it?
You right now are at 206.
Woohoo!
Two. Thank you guys. I'm at 206. Oh my god. So we're gonna get to um 210, and then once I get to 210, then we go 10 more increments. That's the only way I can handle life. My doctor told me I need to quit putting everything in one basket. I need to separate into baskets. So that's I got 10 increments. So we just need to get to 210 and then we'll start a whole new goal. So
Congratulations,
that's cool.
girl.
Thank you, Angel. I hope you're well.
I hope
Let
you're
me
doing.
go through here and welcome some people. Geez, I'm so far behind in chat. And that's another thing. Like I forget that I'm talking and then I stop the chat and then I realize that there's a mile of chat underneath it like later. And I'm like, oh my God, I'll never catch up until, after this is over.
Wipe the good.
But everybody who's new, thank you so much for coming in here. Thank you to those who have subscribed. Um, Rebel, please drop your links again if you haven't already. I'm kind of everywhere right now.
Maria G, can you
So
do that for me?
thank you, Maria. I appreciate it so much.
Another thing, if you got someone that's bothering you and you don't want them in your uh, chat anymore, you don't have to go out of StreamYard. Do you see the comment section over
Oh,
here on the right?
uh-huh, uh-huh.
Go over to click on that name. Wait a minute, I can't do it because it's your StreamYard, but there should be 3 little dots over there.
Yeah, I see them. Mm-hmm.
You can click them, and if you want to get rid of them and don't want them back anymore, there's a ban button at the bottom.
Huh. Okay.
Just an FYI.
Thank
Hey,
you so
bless
much.
mama.
Thank y'all so much. I appreciate the help so much. Maria, I really do appreciate you doing that, but I will be going through and putting people in for mods. So thank you for dropping Rebels. I appreciate that. Rebel, how many are you up to now? What do you got going on?
I ain't even paid no attention today. I was
You
at
haven't?
16.
Okay.
I was at 1938, and I'm at 1936. It comes and goes.
Yeah, it does. Rose was talking about that, how like 100 people had gotten or 100 views or something. I think they are just screwing around. Um,
Yeah, but now those are
what it,
views. Those ain't subscribers.
oh, okay. Well, I go back and forth too, I've noticed. Like, but it's only like I mean, I'm so tiny, like I'm a minuscule out here. So, I go back and forth like 2 to 1. Maybe somebody heard something they didn't like, but that's okay. I mean, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I promise if you either add liquor to that tea or you add a lot of sugar, you're going to dig me. I'm going to tell
Uh,
you that right
Now,
now.
darling, I'll do the liquor, but the sugar I can't do because I'm diabetic.
Okay.
Yep, me
All
too.
right. Yeah, then y'all leave that alone and go ahead put the liquor in. The more liquor you drink, the funnier I become and the more likable I become. Promise.
Oh, honey, I like
Promise.
you. I liked you first time I heard you, so don't even worry about that.
Sweetie, we love you. It's sober and all. But see, with mine and Rebels, we lose a couple too. So it happens with everybody. You know,
Yeah, I'm not worried about. I pray for 8 in here and there's been 47 in here right now. And I'm just so thankful because I just want to know people's lives. I just want to hang out. I just want to I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm going through a midlife crisis, you guys. Seriously. But if I can meet some good people along the way, I do believe lasting relationships could last from this place. Hey, I found my husband on AOL, not even looking, and that shows my age right there, y'all.
I
He
was getting
hadn't
ready
even
to say, do you know that you just showed your age, AOL?
I don't I don't mind, but hey, I still have an AOL email. You hear
Do you
me?
really?
Yes, sir, I sure do because I can't remember nothing.
Do you
But
remember the Do you remember the tone?
yeah, age, sex, location.
No, the tone that when you dialed up.
Oh yeah, yeah, the whole yeah, I remember
Yeah.
it. Yeah, but yeah, my husband and I met in an AOL chat room, and we're still together today. So lasting relationships can come off the internet. Some good, not so good.
Well, mine wasn't the internet. Mine was at a gas station, but it's about the same.
About the same.
thank you, Maria.
Yes, thank you, Maria, for dropping those. I appreciate it.
That's a good idea, um, Leanie.
What's that?
Get you a notebook and take notes as you go along.
Oh, I do. I have
Okay.
2 notebook well, what I do is, like, people who I really know that I want to interview, I start paying attention to their chat, and that's how I found Hippie Grandma, because I started paying she had said something that caught my eye, and I was like, "Wow, that's so deep," and then I started writing down things that she said, and then I was like, "I gotta talk to her," and so
Hippie
that's what
Grandma.
I do. If somebody says something that grabs me, then I start keeping it it's so weird, right? And I'm not trying to be weird or gross or anything like that. It's just that some people say something that is so profound.
Right.
And then I start writing down little things that they're saying, and I'm like, this person's deep. Like, I got to get in. I got to know. Like, what is it? What is it? Tell me.
Yeah.
So that's how I found her. I've got a page on Hippie Grandma, and I'm not going to say who I already started. And I took some notes about Ernie last night, um, because he said that he would let me interview him.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to give you guys a name, but I have already started a page. I've got a page and a half on Hippie Grandma. That's no lie. And then I've got a page on when we did the relationships, and I've got about about 2/3 of a page on the other person that I'm watching because they
Uh,
said something in a chat. It wasn't even my chat; it was somebody else's chat, and then I started paying attention, and I was like, "Oh, yeah." So
you
that's
need,
what happens. Like somebody will say something, and it's so deep, or I connect. Either I'm going to connect. Like Hippie Grandma said something that was really deep, and then when I started watching her, I realized that I connected. So I mean, there was so much that I understood that she was saying. And I was like, and I would rather hear somebody else's story than mine. So, yeah, I've already found the next victim. Yeah.
the next
Victim.
victim.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't a victim, girl.
I have fun doing it though.
Hey,
So,
sidekick.
Well, it's
Hey,
good that you
darling.
do. But
yeah,
just don't ever change for nobody. If somebody comes in here and says, "Look, I don't like the way they talk," tell them that's their business. That's not yours.
yeah, I'm not a follower by any sense of the imagination. I've always gone against the grain. I'm married. That's one of the things. My husband and I don't never had a whole lot in common. We're completely polar opposites. But one thing we both had in common was we both went against the grain. And the other thing is that we're both very like we could get in the car early in the morning and just drive to another state and be completely happy turning around and coming home 12 hours later.
Yeah.
Just the drive of seeing new places, like we're both naturally curious. So, yeah. But no, I at this stage in my life, it's really hard to change. I'm still trying to figure out, I think, who I really am and all that. So, I mean, because different stages of life, you do change, you evolve, and so whenever like my last child moved out, it's like, okay, what do I do now? Like, and so part of the reason why I'm here is because I don't know how to be anything other than a mother and a wife. So I was like, well, let me get on here and you need to get a notebook and take notes. Yes, I remember. Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Maria, for sure. Victim, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Maria G is one of the sweetest people I've met on here.
Wow, that's a lot to be said. Everyone is a vine, and we are making our way through the jungle despite the predators below. I can't tell you how many people I found like this, one leading to another and another. That is so true. Wow. Opposites attract. That is true. We are so opposite. And then we have found just being together, you take on common ground, right? Like I was never a NASCAR fan and he loved NASCAR. Well, I loved him enough to figure out about NASCAR, like what's this about? Why do you like it? You know what I mean? And then I ended up liking it. And then the same thing with football. Didn't understand a damn thing about football. Other than I totally realized when guys quit wearing cups when it became mandatory for the guys not to wear cups anymore because that's the first thing that I was noticing. I was like, Paul, like that dude don't have a cup on. And he's like, oh, why are you telling me that? But that's my natural thing, right? So
Right.
that's what I'm looking at. And then, you know, so we do different things, I guess, to come together. And then but we're still very much individuals. And we're okay with that too. You
Do
two
you
certainly open
believe
my eyes. Hmm.
I was reading what Madrid. She said, "Do you believe love keeps growing when you're with your partner?" Mine grows every day for Becca, every single day,
Yeah, but in what way though? What does that mean?
in every aspect. I see something new in her all the time, something that makes me love her even more.
Are
Uh,
you in awe of her?
I've been in awe of her since the day I met her.
So, do you sometimes look and I don't mean to get in your guys'
No, you
business,
go right ahead.
but
I'm an open book.
I was gonna say I'm gonna get in your business. I mean, the worst you could do is tell me you're not answering it. But do you sometimes look over her and just go, "Wow," like, "Wow"?
I do. I look at her and think, "Damn, how did I get somebody so good, somebody so beautiful?"
Wow. So, you grow to appreciate her more. Are you still sexually attracted?
Hell
Is that
yeah.
too much? I feel like that's such a guy answer. Let me put it this way, are you intimately attracted to her?
Yes, I
Because
am.
there's something completely different with there's those are two people get it twisted. Intimacy and sex are two different things. Sex is sex. Slap it, flip it, rub it down. We're done. Let's go have a cigarette. Intimacy is where somehow
Where I
you
like to
touch.
go and take her out on the beach and just lay down by a bonfire and cuddle and look at the ocean and the stars with her. Yes, I do.
Yeah, but it's also touching something so deep that nobody else can really touch. It's
Yeah.
like something, I don't know if it's in the soul or if it's in the heart, but if you could get a woman to that point, you you've reached a point that not many women let the men in.
You've not heard
I'm speaking from experience.
you've not heard my story, have you?
I've heard parts of it, but I want you to say it for me because hey Angel, I see you chat now. I absolutely would like to talk about that in relationships um, with you and maybe with you and Angel, or maybe I should do Angel by herself because she's a female. And I really would like to know from Angel what you giving her that type of love means to her because I know Angel's been in other relationships. I've heard her say a couple things.
Well, I was
Um,
married once before, though.
I know. And what I'm saying is, I mean, if you want to do it now, we could do it now. That's
Yeah,
fine. I can get into it. I need a cigarette. We can get into this right now, but I will tell you, I'm going to be talking. I'm pulling my thing out here, my my
notebook.
notebook, and let me get a color pen because I'm into color pens. Let's see, Rebel. I think I'm going red with you because we're talking love. But you have to be honest and vulnerable, okay?
That's fine.
Okay.
There's no shame
Because
in my game.
okay, I'm cool with that. All right. So, boy, this is impromptu, but I dig that, right? Because then people don't have time to think about their answers. All right. So, Angel, I just want you to know, this is going to lead to me bugging you and you having to come over here and talk about what it feels like to be loved this way by a man. All right. So, tell me a little bit about your first marriage, if you want to, and let me ask you this. Was the first marriage good, bad, indifferent, friendly, not friendly?
It started out good. I ain't gonna
Okay.
lie. It started out good, and then we, me and her, decided to adopt her sister's children.
Okay.
We went ahead and done that. Uh, and Stephen, he comes in my chat a lot. We had him ever since he was 6 months old. So he calls me daddy to this day, and he's going to be 20 or 21. And there at the end, I thought I was so in love with her, and I caught her cheating on me.
Oh,
So, and it was with a guy she worked with up there at her
oh,
job. So We split up. She left and left the kids with me. So that went on for months and months and months. And my grandmother, I'm not a Christian by no means necessary. I do believe and will always believe. But my grandmother told me that if I wanted something, just to go in my closet and pray for it. Well, the night I decided to do this, Stephen, he was about James's age now, was sick as a dog with 101 temperature, 101.5. And I said, all right. I said, I'm just going to talk to you like I did to my granny. I said, if you're real to me and you have faith in me like I have faith in you, uh, heal this boy. And he did. I woke up the next morning, which was 5 hours later. Stephen had no sign of a temperature, was hungry as shit, and wanted to go outside and play.
Oh my word.
I said, okie dokie. So I started praying and praying and praying. I said, I want my wife and kids back. Well, I waited and I waited and I waited. And I didn't think nothing was going to happen. And I went to a gas station one night to get a pack of cigarettes and a cup of coffee after I got off work. And I met Becca. And we talked for a little bit. Go ahead.
What was it about Becca that turned your head?
Have you not seen Becca?
Yes, but I mean, we're all attracted to different things.
All I can say is just look at Becca, and that was what attracted me to her.
Okay,
Her beauty,
so it was
her beauty,
her
her essence, her way she talked to people. She was kind. She was innocent.
see
And
some
go
some
ahead.
guys might have said, "Oh, it was her boobs." Can you guys hear me? Because I'm kind of
Yeah, I
standing
can hear
outside
you.
to smoke. Okay, so the reason why I asked you what attracted you to her, because I wanted to know where your level of attraction is, right? Because some guy might have said to me, I'm going to be honest with you, it was her boobs or it was her butt, but or it was her personality or it was her laugh. So I just wanted to know what was it that turned your head with her. So those, I mean, I appreciate those answers. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm being honest with you. It was her essence, the way she treated people, uh, her beauty. The boobs and the ass was just a excellent add-on. I didn't
That
care.
was a bonus. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
So she had no boobs, no ass.
if she had no
You
boobs and no ass, I'd still love her.
okay, gotcha. Okay, keep going.
So we talked for a little while, and I asked her to give me a hug before I left. So she gave me a hug,
Oh, you're smooth. Go
and
ahead.
oh, I ain't done yet. Let me tell you the smooth. So I went back to the house and got the kids ready for bed. The kids are still with me at this time, and I went back in the closet and I said I would like to have my wife and kids back because I was still expecting my first wife and kids.
Hmm.
Well, 9 months after me and Becca met, I did get my wife and kids, but not the wife and kids I wanted. He gave me the wife and kids I deserved.
Oh, how deep is that? Your
And
worth.
and a year later, me and Becca got married. And we
Wow, that
and we've
I'm
been
not gonna lie, that gave me chill bumps that you know that God gave you your worth. You were worth more than what that other woman had to offer you. And he bought you your help me.
right.
Oh, that
And
that gives me chill bumps. Okay.
he
Ooh, this is
like I
deep.
like
I'm digging it.
like I tell everybody, God takes a rib to make a woman. So February 2nd, 2010, I got my rib back, and
Wow.
I've been a whole man ever since. And to prove that he gave me my rib back, I had my tattoo artist, which is Becca, tattoo a rib coming out of my side with her name on it.
Oh my gosh. Ladies. Are we living below our worth?
I
Wow, that
was.
is
I was.
incredible. Wow, that is incredible. That is incredible. I love people, men who can be real. I mean, I can jump on the comedy train too, and let's be comedy and make fun of it and stuff like that. But to hear that kind of love, that is endearing love. Oh my God. You got me all up in the feels here. I got chill bumps on my legs from that.
All right.
Keep
Now,
going.
to get Becca to know that not all men are assholes, February 14th of 2010, about a week, 2 weeks after I met her, because I knew she was with a woman.
Uh-huh.
So, and I knew she hated men.
Oof.
So I walked into the gas station where she worked. I laid down one of them heart candy boxes and a rose and said, "Not all men are assholes." And I turned around and walked out. She was at my
Oh,
she was at my house that night after that.
wow. Wow. So you were able to understand that she actually hated men.
Yeah, she told me that.
Wow.
She told me she did.
Wow. Oh man, that's deep. I love it. I love it. So how did you blend families? So did Becca didn't have any children when she came into this relationship, right?
Well, no.
Okay. So how were you able to blend your family?
Well, the sister of my first wife, she got the two oldest kids back, and she said,
Mhm.
"I need some more time before I can get Stephen back." So I kept Stephen, and she got the two older kids back, and then she got her a bigger house and everything, and she just come got Stephen. But Stephen to this day still calls me daddy, and he's 19 or 20 or 21 right now.
Wow, that's really special. But
So
she
we,
accepted that. Becca
who,
accepted
Becca?
that yeah, she accepted that you were in these kids' lives to make a difference.
Yeah.
That is
Now
amazing.
she didn't like the fact that I still had to talk to my ex because we were still married at the time.
Right.
So Becca paid for my divorce.
Well, sometimes you gotta roll that ball.
She even took my ex-wife to get the papers signed.
Good on you.
Even took her. Well, my first wife paid for her food, but she even took her to pick food up so she could take home.
Wow.
That's how nice Becca is. But I told her not. You got to be wary of shit like that because she'll take that kindness for weakness.
Well, sure. You gotta be very careful. That is amazing. So today, you told us that um there's not a day that goes by that you are still not in awe with her.
I wake up and look at her every morning.
Wow.
Now, this is the God's honest truth. Well over 13 years ago, I was locked up for 6 months.
Uh-huh.
All right, longest 6 months ever, and she was pregnant at the time that she paid for the divorce and everything. But um, while I was gone for 6 months, she took care of my mother. She raised our children while I was in there. She put money on my book. Uh, she done everything. I mean,
Yeah.
even though I'm good to her on her point, she is great to me on my points.
Wow. That's a great love story. Not many people get that. You know that.
But
Not many people get a love story like that.
like I said, I was locked up 12 or 13 years ago. I can't remember exactly. I know it's been a while. And I could sleep in jail. I could do that. But when I got out, the first 2 nights, I just laid there awake and watched her sleep.
Oh, good night. That is that's insane.
She's in chat. Ask her. I'd scare her when she woke up.
Do you know, this is the truth, I'm just gonna put this in there. There are times you know how you could feel someone looking at you? I
Yeah.
can. I can feel when people look at me, and I can feel if it's a look or if it's like a stare, and sometimes I will find my husband just looking at me, and I'm always like, "What? What? Stop looking at me." And I'm very much like that with everybody. And that goes back, I mean, maybe one day I'll tell the story, maybe one day I won't, but that goes back to the insecurities of my first marriage.
Right.
So, it's an insecure thing, but there is a lot of men that definitely could take lessons, that because every woman wants to feel and experience what you guys have. And I'm a woman, so I can only speak for women, but I think it's probably more important for the woman because it's a man's job to keep a woman feeling safe. And I'm not just talking about like protecting her from, anything that can come and harm her physically. Men don't realize that women, we were made. Like I feel like I'm a hard ass, right? I know I'm a hard ass. And I know I've built up walls and shells and stuff like that. But um women have this thing with inside them that they have to feel safe with their heart. If they're going to give you their heart, you've got you I mean, that's more precious than jewels. And a lot of men don't realize it, that the sex is great or can be great. The protecting us and giving us a home to live in and going to work every day and stuff like that, taking care of our needs. That is all wonderful, and it's I mean, it's just great, right? But where men fail, in my opinion, and on this channel, it's really my opinion that matters. In my opinion, where men fail is that they don't take care of their lady's heart, and it is so delicate. I mean, our hearts are made different, and I'm not talking about the anatomy of the heart. I'm talking about the the whole being of who
Then
we are, the
right.
essence of a woman. And so a lot of men don't take the time to figure that out, that um we have to feel protected, and like like if those tears start flowing, like you're going to be available, even if you don't know what to say or do or make it better, you're just going to validate it, like, babe, you're okay, like I got you. When you're ready to talk, I'm here. I think men just forget that, and then they wonder why some of wives don't want to have sex with them. Well, if you don't take care of a woman's being, who she is, the vulnerability, the heart of a woman, if she doesn't feel safe in that, then I think that's why a lot of relationships go. That's why women sometimes um, will go astray, because the most important thing, which is the being of a woman, the essence of her, is not being nurtured. And we
Right.
expect that from our partner, because I'm not going to let, you know, the mailman or anybody else in the world, know that side of me, but my partner should want to know who that is and connect with that part of me, and then everything else I think just falls into place.
Right. See,
But there are some women that don't realize that that's really what they are. It's really what they have, and that's what they're looking for, and they have never found that. And some women just go out and stray because they're not willing to explore that for themselves and see that what's really hurting is not so much the physical touch, or it's it's that their inner being has not been nourished and taken care of.
see, Becca knows that she's my ride or die. She knows that I can be the one. Most women. Let me say this first. Most women, for some reason, in my eyes, it seems like most women pick the bad boy. They like the bad boys.
Uh-huh.
So what I gave Becca was the bad boy with a sensitive side. I know when to
There
cry.
you go. See, that's the thing though. Like I said, oh, that's smooth, but uh, you are able to give all sides of you. Yes, there are parts of us that want that. Just like you men, there are parts of you men that you want a crazy woman in the sheets and a lady out, out on the streets, whatever. But we have this, so we feel that, but a lot of men don't give that up. You know what I mean? That's what I think. I think a lot of men don't want to take the time, have no desire, and probably don't even know that we're just not this form standing in front of them. You know what I mean? There's something so deep inside of us, and if you do not find a way to communicate with a woman on the inside, it's just not gonna work out because that's what we're looking for. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Let's be honest. I could go out here and get a job, and maybe I won't live in the home that I live in now. But I guarantee you I don't have a problem living in a pop-up camper. You know what I mean?
But
I
men,
so there are things that I can do for myself, but the thing that I can't do for myself is be able to have that companionship with someone who's going to love that part of me way deep inside of me, that there's got to be somebody out there that can do, and it sounds like you have tapped into that with Angel, and I will talk to her about that. But I want to know if that's what she feels, because that's what it sounds like to me that Angel feels, and because you have been able to tap into that and give her that opening that only you should be able to see, and she feels safe with that, with being vulnerable to you like that, that maybe that's why it works so well for you. And maybe she's done the same for you. Maybe you've got to be this hard ass on the outside, but Becca knows the person on the inside that still needs that love and nourishment too, you know?
like a, I can, I can be the person that can cry with Becca. I've cried in front of her. I don't care to show my emotions. And if you're afraid to show your emotions, you're just a brick wall. But I can show my emotions. I can cry in front of her. I can be the badass for her. We can go on walks. Or if you fuck with her and my family, I can bury you in a trunk and be out looking for your body with the police,
With the search team.
with the search team.
Yeah, that's incredible. That is a true love story. That's the true love.
Uh,
I love love. I love love when it's
Angel,
deep.
Angel says I'm a big teddy bear, but don't mess with him because he don't take no shit.
Well, that's what we need too, right? And like I said, that's what men don't understand, that yeah, we appreciate being protected and feeling safe in our homes and walking down the street. This man's going to take you, you're going to get an ass whipping, or you're going to end up in the same uh, hospital room together, um, for protecting us. But you also have to know how to connect with that inner person that only you should be able to see. And if you don't see it within a time, it gets cold really fast. And once it starts getting cold, I don't know that you can come back from that. I know I can't. I can't. I just can't. if you're not feeling, if you can't read me, um, only in a way that I'm going to show you, my partner, then you end up getting very cold and very distant and grudgeful and all these other things. And once that ball starts rolling, I don't know that you can get that back. But yes, Donna, I see that. Rebel understands you got it. I don't know where you got it. I don't know if you got it from grandma. I do believe your prayers worked because I absolutely believe in God 100%. Um, and I think that God gave you everything you needed in her, and I'm so thankful for that.
Oh, I thank God every day. Every morning when I wake up, I turn around to look at her. If she's still asleep, and she don't know it, but I do kiss her on the forehead when I get up.
See how precious that is too. Like not even when she knows you're giving her a kiss. That's precious. That's
Well, I mean,
precious.
I knew I was in love with Becca so much that we met February 2nd, and I got her pregnant February 22nd.
Oh, well, alrighty then.
And our kids were born 9 months later in November.
Wow, look at you. You did it so well. You got two of them.
Yeah, because me and my first wife, we tried and tried, and we was together 5 years. We tried and tried and tried and tried to have kids. I even tried tricks that I heard, stand her on her head, do this, do that, nothing. And the night that I
Well,
gave her the candy, well, she moved in with me on the 20th. But the night I gave her the candy, the candy and the rose, she come to the house and I said, you want to move in with me? She said, let me take care of some things. And on February 20th, she moved in with me. We've been together
wow.
ever since.
Wow, that is amazing. But you know what? Do you ever think, like, had your first wife and you had children, don't you think that was God watching out for you because you were never supposed to have children with her?
Well, I know he was.
Yeah. I mean, even before you had a relationship with God, he knew your path and he knew where he was taking you to. And you were not meant to have children with her. I
Yeah,
think that's great.
because like I said a while ago, it's not my time, it's his time.
That's right.
And
Wow.
it's not what I wanted, it's what he wanted to give me.
Wow, that is just amazing. Rebel, I think you're an amazing person. You've been a great friend to me, and you don't even know me, but you and Tina and Rose and Angel all took me under your wing and just loved me for some odd, weird reason and gave me a place to go and encouragement. And you're good people. And I'm not just saying that because, listen, I don't hang out with bad people. I didn't get this far in life by hanging out with bad people. And I value friendship. I'm only hanging out with things in my life as a whole, things that I can value. I've come too far to come too far, lived too many years to try to be something other than who I am and to try to make relationships work that just aren't going to work or change for anybody. But you guys have accepted my crazy self and maybe my crazy ways and my curiosities, and you guys have just been so kind to me, and I appreciate the love and the support, and you're good people. You're good people.
Well, thank you. But like, I was raised in clubs, and I've always loved family. We love family. And it don't
Right.
matter if you've got blood in my family or if I've got blood in yours. If I feel that you're good people, you're family to me.
Yeah.
I don't care if you are Norwegian, Iceland, German, Russian, wherever you're from. If you got good vibes, um, and you're good people in my book, you're family to me. And that's why I got
You
the white trash family.
Do you think that's more of a Southern thing? That that Southern folk are more accepting of people?
I don't
Maybe
think
I shouldn't get on that.
well, I don't care the answer. I mean, I'm Southern, and I'll say we're friendly down here. Some of us are friendly. I won't say all of us. Some of us are friendly, but to me, it's not about being Southern. It's about being who you are. And if you're you if you act the way you do on here and you act the way you do the same way at home, you're good people.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. If you talk to us like you talk to somebody out the street or somebody that you know where you're at, you're good people. Just I don't like people that talk good to you here, but if you got a bad attitude and change it if you go to it like another chat, then that's not being real. You just gotta be real with yourself.
Yeah. Wow, that has been good. Man,
All right,
I just oh,
now get you
Angel.
somebody else up here.
Yeah, get me Angel. Pull me
She's right
Angel.
there.
Angel. Let me
All right,
do
I'm
I
gonna
have to
step
drop
down
should I
because
drop the link for Angel?
you can, yeah, but I'm gonna
Okay,
drop
let me
down. Thank you for letting me come up,
Oh
and
God, I enjoyed it. Thank you for coming.
that's no problem. I will do the thing about Nightbot this Thursday. I
Yeah, I
might
knew
throw a
you
link
weren't
in.
feeling well.
No, I wasn't feeling good the last 2 days, but I will
Uh,
throw something out maybe tomorrow night or Wednesday night. And then don't forget ACDC's this weekend.
All right, not so much my jam, but I'm coming to support.
You not your jam?
No. Maybe
What's
we'll
your
talk
jam?
about
What's
it.
your jam?
Listen, Rebel, I love all types of music. I mean, I know songs from the 40s. My mama raised me on
Honey, I
music,
know
right?
songs, Rockin' Robin, The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is but I've also been very, very like weird about like if I felt like something was demonic, I wouldn't have anything to do with it. Now I could be wrong. Maybe they're not demonic. I don't know. But
Let me
when
let
the
me
when,
teach you different then.
okay, well, I'm not. Hey, I told you I'll come over and support it, and I'll listen because I told you that I wasn't a real big fan of Kid Rock, and then I came over and I sat and I listened to the whole thing, and I thought, damn, he's got better songs than I thought he did. So I'm going to come out. I'm going to support it. I'm going to listen, but I'm actually the type of person that will listen to the words and try to figure out the meaning, and then I'm
See,
going to go and research the damn song and see what they were
don't
meaning by it.
all right, don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
have to do
No, no,
that.
no, no. Listen. Close your mind to the words. Just listen to the beat. Let the beat pick you up out of your chair and dance to it. Don't worry about the words. It's all about the beat to make you soothe, relax after a long work week. Don't
Well,
pay
you
no.
want
Go ahead.
I don't think there's any relaxing in to who is that we're doing ACDC?
Yeah, there is. It's just the
N-
beat of the music.
Not me. Mm-mm. No, I'm too high strung. No.
You're too high
Now,
strung.
if you want to play Bee Gees, I'll relax.
I can, I,
But
I can make you relax to ACDC. I promise you.
okay, well, I'm gonna take you up on that.
All right. Here's Angel. I'll let you
Thank
do
you,
that. But
honey.
y'all be sure to come over, and I'm gonna drop my links when I go back down there.
Yes, please do. Please
And
do.
listen, if anybody in chat is not subbed up to this beautiful lady up here, or any one of these beautiful ladies, y'all do so. These ladies are kind, considerate, nice, and they love what they do up here. So y'all be good
Thank
to them,
you.
show them some love, and sub up and share their link out everywhere. It don't matter if it's in a bathroom stall. It don't matter if it's at a gas station. It don't matter if it's at a food city.
At
It don't
Walmart
matter if it's at church. Share them out. Let everybody know about these two
or the
beautiful ladies.
Waffle House, like Miss
Or the
Amy did the
Waffle
other
House.
Or
day.
the Waffle House, or to the waitress at the Waffle House. Share
You
them out.
know I did. You know it.
All right.
I like to talk to everybody though. Thank you, Rebel. I appreciate you coming up here. I'm gonna pick your lovely wife's brain for a
You go
minute.
right ahead, honey. But love and respect each and every one of you here
Love
and the
you.
podcast.
Thank you.
Love you.
Hello,
Angel, this is the first time you're
darling.
on my panel. How are
Woohoo!
you?
Party. I'm good, honey. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Hey, so you heard all that lovely stuff your
Yes, I
husband said about,
did.
but you probably hear it all the time. I watched him sing to you, and your tears were flowing.
They always do. Every time he sings to me, I cry. Every
That
time because I can feel it in his heart, you
that
know?
is so endearing. Because if my husband sang to me, I'm not crying. Not that I don't love him. I do love him. But but if he just started singing, I probably just start singing back with him, and then it probably, I think I handle life better. Just the walls and the stuff that I've put up, I handle it better with humor because I've been
Right,
hurt so much that
right,
I'm scared to get hurt again. So now I just try not to go to those deep places.
right.
It's weird. But let's get back onto you. We can talk about me anytime. Anytime.
This is
Um,
a totally different this is totally different than what you was thinking about, wasn't it,
I
girl?
I didn't know what I was just wanted to come on and see if there was an interest for daytime and it became so good, right? So good.
So deep, so deep.
Yeah. I love deep. Listen, I that's my favorite thing. I love hearing people's stories and
Oh, I do
love
too.
love
I
all
love
of
it
it.
because it gets you to know the person better.
Mhm.
I love it. I love meeting new people. I'm a people person. I love it.
Yeah, and then you get different y'all lived a completely different life than I've lived. Um and it's no joke. I do have a happy place and it's uh my happy place is I'm a high-powered lawyer living in um New York City above a bar and I'm too busy for family and I'm too busy for really life and I catch the red eye home on Christmas Eve and I have to catch the red eye back out on Christmas night. And see, that's my happy place because that's so far from who I am, my
Right,
real life, that
right.
I mean, I just go there and I'm like, so anybody that needs a happy place or an alternative life to go hang out when things get too crazy in your life, I'll give you one. I actually gave my daughter one. She was struggling. She was working a lot and we worked together for a little while and her work was so freaking stressful and she was having a bad day and I was like, "Baby, it's time. It's time. Mama's going to have to go ahead and just give you your alternate life. Just listen." And I sat there and laid it out for her and told her about how she was a high fashion model and she was wanted all over the world and she was making so much money that she couldn't spend it all and that her name was on all the magazines and her body was perfect and she was jet setting everywhere because she loves beaches and exotic places. And but that's not her life at all. And girl, she dug it. She was like, I like that place. I was like, "Good. So whenever you get stressed out, you go run a bath or go to bed 30 minutes or 30 minutes early so you could get into that you go to that realm, go to that life and fall asleep." So anybody who needs a life, I'll figure that right on out for you because it's healthy. I think so. So, back to you and the gas station. Well, I want to know prior to gas station.
Okay.
I want to know. So I wrote 2 things down here, and I just want you to touch on them at some point in your story for me.
Okay.
First, what made you hate men? You don't have to answer that right now. You can get to it in the story. And second of all, what if you hated men so much, what made Rebel what in your mind, what in Rebel turned it around? So you go ahead and start before gas station.
Okay. Now it could be a little bit of a trigger warning, guys. So I mean,
I got one of them girlfriend here. Check it
okay,
out.
just in
I
case. I'm not gonna go into massive detail, but I am going to touch something, and I just don't want to upset nobody because I would feel terrible if I upsetted somebody. You know what I mean?
You
Yeah,
have been warned.
thank you.
Mhm.
Let's see. Well, I'll start. Um, let's see. It's interesting, I guess you could say. But anyway, so when I turned 18, I moved out of my house. My parents got divorced when I turned 18 because my sperm donor didn't want to provide for me.
Mm.
So he divorced my mom, and he's a piece of shit. I mean, I'm just telling you like it is. And when I turned 18, I was working at Walmart, and something really bad happened to me. I was ganged, and I don't like to say the word, so I won't say the word, but I was
Mhm.
ganged because I was interested, or I was attracted to women,
Wow.
and I was
Was
left.
this
I
I'm
was left
sorry, was this small town America
in
that this
Irwin,
happened in?
Tennessee. Irwin,
Okay. Okay. Keep going.
really small town, real small town. And it's very hard. I suffered with really, really bad PTSD, real bad. And I have childhood PTSD too from my sperm donor, but that's another story. But anyway, and so I was left, on the side of the road to be no longer with us. Let's put it that way. And my friend pulled over on the side of the road and seen me, and took me to the hospital, and they did the test and the kit and the whole nine and everything. And these I it's very hard. I have flashbacks, and I remember things, and it's very hard to talk about. But anyway, so they said that I can always remember this in my head. They said that they wanted to turn me straight. And that's one reason that I hated men so long. And then my sperm donor, he just made it worse. So it was like on top of that, he was supposed to be my dad, and he wasn't. He cheated on my mom several times. And like I said, I have three older brothers. I'm the baby and the only girl. And my sperm donor didn't want to take care of me. Like they was he was cheating on my mom before I turned 18, but he would not divorce my mom because he did not want to provide for me because I was the youngest. So, I mean, that I have a
Mm.
lot of that was a lot of hate towards me, and it started with my sperm donor, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna, you know, and I was gonna I was gonna try women. I mean, because, and I don't want nobody to look down on me or nothing, because a lot of people say, well, it's 2024, guys. I mean, I'm just saying, but a lot of people look down on me because I chose to be with women, but there was a reason behind that, and now y'all probably understand a little bit better. I was scared to be with a man. I was afraid that they was gonna hurt me
Mm.
again.
Mm. Mm.
So
Just go slow.
sorry, guys.
No, do not be sorry at all. Do not be sorry at all. You take your time. And yeah, this is deep. And you only share what you want to share, but it does give us a better understanding of not just your story, but of what people may go through, that we shouldn't be so judgmental because truly we don't know what people have been through. And that is horrific that that happened to you. And I just want you to know if I was standing right next to you, I'd give you the biggest hug and cry with you.
Yeah,
So just
it's
take your time,
hard.
take you a breath. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine, and I'm so sorry,
And
honey.
that's
I'm
why, that I do my channel. I mean, like, we have karaoke, but that's why I do my channel on mental health, because I want to help people. I'm
mm,
sure there's people that's been through hurt and stuff like I have, and I just want to be there to support them.
mm. Oh, honey, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I've never
You know,
really
there's
said my story, on my channel or anything like that, and it's just hard to talk about. So, I can just it's just it's very, very hard. And I like I said, when when I started my channel over a year and a half ago, actually almost it'll be 2 years in November, that I wanted, everybody was saying, well, why don't you do cooking or whatever, and I was like, no, I want to do mental health because I want to help people. I don't want to see nobody suffer like I did, you know.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I'm still suffering. And it's not from Rebel. Rebel, he is great. He makes me feel safe. He's a great
Yeah.
man. But I'm always, it's so hard. I'll go to the grocery store or whatever, and I'll always have to, look behind me, or heaven forbid, I go to Walmart. It's scary. And
Mhm.
I can't work a regular job, even though I
Mhm.
want to. I can't because it messes with me so much.
Mhm.
So I do DoorDash and Instacart and stuff like that because I can be, the babies can be with me, and it's not so bad because most of the time you just drop it off at the front door, take a picture, and leave. You don't really have to deal with anybody, but I still have to keep my guard up for that too because you just don't know. You just don't know. And that's
Mhm.
one reason I don't do true crime. Like, very rarely do I do true crime because it is very hard to talk about because my I give my whole heart to what I talk about when I go live. My whole heart. So, and
Mhm.
when everybody says, Becca, you do a lot of reading. Well, it's the more information that you talk about a topic, the better it is to support and let people know that they're not alone in this world. You know?
Mhm. Wow. Yeah. And we can sit and we can read about it and we can research it and stuff like that. But the more we do talk about it and let people have a safe place to fall, um, and we're just going to be there for them. Isn't that really what it's about? Isn't it? Is instead of tearing people down and cutting them up for something you don't understand or something you don't believe in, there's a reason. And if you take the time and you just sit around and you listen, eventually the reason will come out. And I think people like you, Becca, who have been through such a terrible, terrible, I just can't imagine. I mean, I just can't imagine. But it makes sense why you would say, I really hate men. I mean, you knew no better. You had no strong man in your life that showed you um love. You know what I mean? Because what happened to you is not love at all. And you had nobody that was a real man in your life. And you've been violated in ways that a lot of us don't know about. So I know it's triggering and I know that it's hard for you, but your story matters. It matters so much because even if, like, the 39 people here that are seeing this right now are coming and going, even if they take away from it, imagine when your grandchildren come to life. And I know you don't want them to know so much about your life, the stuff that's hurtful, the stuff that you think will hurt them. It's important that they know
Right.
because they may have a best friend that they don't know how to help. But guess what? This is where the internet can be used of good because they could say, I'm going to pull you up a story about my grandma and what she faced. And she found the love of her life, and she found my dad, and they found each other. And she learned that somebody could love her for who she is and didn't want anything back from her, and this is how she made it through and she survived. She's a survivor, and you know what I mean? It may be the only way somebody could reach somebody is
Right.
through this.
Absolutely.
So if people
Absolutely.
would learn to quit just bashing the hell out of each other and using their channels just um are those people out there that are bashing the hell out of each other gonna make way more money than you and me ever thought about making? Yeah, they are. But you know
Because
what? I'm
people
okay
enjoy
with that.
trauma, unfortunately. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, it's like they feed off that. But when, there's good people, and I'm just getting sidetracked because I'm trying to, clear my mind a little bit better so we can get back to the me and Rebel story. But anyway, it's off. It's really, really sad that people you know, will go to a negative channel or a drama channel than actually going to a supportive or a real channel or a true channel. It's crazy. It just blows my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, like what in the world? This makes no sense. A lot of people, love gossip and stuff like that more than they, like the supportive and the awareness and the positivity. It makes no sense.
Mhm.
It really
Mhm.
doesn't make any sense to me.
That's because evil pays,
It's crazy.
right?
It's
Evil pays,
crazy.
and that's what it's about. And everybody likes the train wreck. And believe me, I'm looking through. I put my hand over my eyes. I'm not gonna lie, and I'll look through my fingers a little bit at the train wreck. But
Right.
what? Right. But what happens here? I mean, everybody slows down and tries to look at the car crash on the side of the road, right?
Right.
Um, but we're not getting out of our cars and going over there and dwelling on it, and damn sure not giving money to that kind of thing. I'm telling you, the internet can be a good place if you know where to find it. And for me, this stuff that I put out here, my content, getting people's stories and stuff like that, is not for me. There's no Cash App out there. I'm not saying there never will be, but for me, this is about my grandchildren, my my lineage that's going to keep going. And there's not going to be a freaking book picked up to read on this, but they're going to be able to find you and me on this internet and be like, holy hell, here it is. Like, here it is. Let's just try doing what they did. You know what I mean?
Right.
When all else fails, maybe. Or maybe we can inspire someone. So this isn't about so much the here and now. This is about generations down the line because the books are going to be gone. Nobody's reading these days. We got phones, we got stuff going on. So, anyways, let's get back to that. Please, yeah, uh, Rebel, please drop the links in chat for me. Everybody drop links in chat for me. I don't mind you dropping your link as long as you're subscribed um, to my channel. You're welcome to drop your links in my chat. Um, Go ahead. I want to hear some more of this. So you got it together? You able to talk some
Yeah, I'm
more?
I'm better. I mean, like I have my
That's okay.
it's terrible. I have my good and my bad days, and Rebel knows. So he's seen me at my worst, and I truly, truly appreciate it. Truly, more than he knows. Absolutely, we sure did. But anyway, so I'll get back to the story. Anyway,
You're okay. Talk about what you want to.
so
Get it out.
after that very traumatic thing happened in my life, I found this one girl, and I thought at that time that she saved me. Well, she
Mhm.
was a straight. I mean, like I don't like this word, but she was a straight up cunt. I mean, honestly,
I
and
laughed my ass off the first time I heard you say that. You're not offending me. Keep going.
okay,
It's
well, I
real
didn't want
hard
to
to
offend
offend me.
nobody. I'm talking about her now. Don't get me started. Woo. Anyway, so I was with her for almost 4 years, and I was going to marry her, and we was in the full blown relationship, and I actually was and Rebel knows this. I actually dressed like a dude. I had the dude haircut. I had the dude everything. Like y'all would be like, what?
So
Yes, I
you were
was.
the dude side of it. Gotcha.
Well, we both were dudes. I was the
Oh,
softer dude where I could wear dude clothes, but still wear makeup. She was straight up dude.
okay.
If that makes sense.
Mm.
So
Let me
I get
can I
it.
off track you just a minute because
You're fine.
that just brought up something. So for women that hate men, then they go into these kind of relationships. Why would you be a dude?
I do not. I mean, like I guess because if you was like in my defense, talking about my story, I guess I dressed like a dude um, because I didn't want to draw attention for me being a female, if that makes
Oh.
sense. I mean, I ain't trying to be blunt, but I'm just blunt. Y'all know how I am.
Oh, that makes a lot of
I
sense.
have big tatas, huge, and I have big
Okay.
old hind ends. So I tried to dress it down so it's not noticeable, so I wouldn't be
Uh,
so attractive to men, and it unfortunately happened again, if that makes sense.
oh, that makes a lot. I'm glad I asked that question because that makes a lot of sense to me. Keep going.
Yeah, so I mean, I just think it's great, but the people are so cruel. People are so cruel. Like I always say, you don't know what people are going through. Be kind because they
Mhm.
are so cruel. When I did dress like a dude and tried to like off my curves, I guess you could say, or whatever, by dressing like a dude, it's like, bigger clothes and stuff like that. It's I got, you know, people would call me sir, and my voice is very feminine. I didn't change my voice at all. And then I would turn around and like I said, I'm well endowed up top, so it's not like you can really hide them very well. But so like if people are very cruel, like Colin, and I'm not trying to make this derogatory or nothing. I wouldn't be, not at all. I'm 100% supportive of everybody, whoever they love. I'm just, whoever you love, I'm supportive of you because I have been through it, and it is a terrible thing to be bashed.
Uh,
And so I guess I did that in a way. I did that to feel like that I was safer, if that makes sense,
ah,
because I wasn't
yeah.
so attracted to men.
So you were what you were basically doing is minimizing the essence of who you were to protect yourself from what could turn into abuse. So if you presented as a woman and if a man found you um, attractive, he could possibly hurt you. So you
Yeah,
minimized the female part of you so that a man wouldn't look your way. Hopefully, that was the hope.
right,
Am I correct in that?
right. So I wouldn't get
Okay.
hurt again because I've been through so much hell in my life, you know.
Okay. Okay. Keep going.
All right. So, like I said, I was with that cunt for almost 4 years, and I worked at this gas station, and it was Marathon gas station. I mean, I don't have nothing to hide in Bristol, Virginia. Like, I mean, most of you guys know that we live in Virginia, so I mean, and so me and Rebel's an open book. We'll tell you guys. And so I was working there, and Rebel came into the gas station one day, and he was getting a pack of cigarettes, and there was two registers, and I was at one and this girl was at another one. Well, he went to the girls register first to get him a pack of cigarettes, and he noticed that mine was ringing. I don't know what they did, but my cigarettes, when I scanned it, was ringing up cheaper. But anyway, so it was just kind of like a petty thing, like silly. So he went to my register instead. He said hers, for some reason, hers is cheaper, so he went to mine. And my coworker, she went out and smoked and stuff, so I was there by myself. And Rebel said, "Come here and give me a hug." And I'm like, "Who are you talking to?" And he said, "I'm talking to you. Come here and give me a hug." And that just like, I don't know, like I just felt safe. Like even though I went through so much hell, like and I'm a loving person. I'll give anybody a hug. I'm a huggy person. But just the way he said it, you know, come here and give me a hug. And I'm just like, who
Wow.
are you talking to? And it was just the sincerity and the safeness in his voice that I felt that he was. I knew. Well, I mean, I knew in my heart that he wasn't going to hurt me, if that makes sense.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
So
So you accepted that from him. Okay. I'm following. This is good. This is good stuff. Yeah.
and then like he we met on February the 2nd. And February the 14th, I was going off and saying, men are assholes and stuff like that. Because, like, I guess maybe I was just, because when you suffer with PTSD and a lot of mental, you have your good and bad days, just like anybody. But, when you have your bad days, they're pretty bad. So I'm thinking that I probably was having a bad day that day, or might have been having flashbacks or bad nightmares or something. I'm not really for sure. But I just said, all men are assholes, just saying it.
Uh-huh.
And,
Uh-huh.
he pushed me a box of chocolates in a rose, and he looked at me and he said, "Not all men are assholes," and turned around. And just the way he said it, and just the genuine, you could tell that he genuinely cared. Just to say
Uh-huh.
that he cared. To give me a box of chocolates and a single rose, and then said, "Not all men are assholes," and walked away.
Wow.
So he just kind of like left me kind of
He left
wanting
the ball
more
in,
type thing.
yeah, left the ball in your court. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. And
Okay, I'm
see,
standing by the door.
me and Rebel, he's gonna be laughing about this because me and Rebel, I thought that Rebel was a mechanic because when I first met Rebel, he had like a mechanic's jacket on with his name on it, and it looked like he was a mechanic. So, I thought, I'm just, this is kind of funny. I thought I was getting me a sugar daddy, and he thought he was getting him a sugar mama. I'm just saying.
That's cute.
And one thing led to another, and the sugar went, long term. But anyway, so and I said, well, I'm a broke ass sugar mama, and he said, well, I'm a broke ass sugar daddy. So there you go.
So I want to just well, let me just hear you out before I ask my question. Let me just write it down so I don't forget it. Keep going.
And
This is good.
so, my car, yeah, we both got screwed on them. Absolutely, we're both broke. But anyway, so I thought thought he was a mechanic because, like I said, I didn't know, and I was still figuring him out, and but something about him when I first met him, he was I just you can sense people. And I
Uh-huh.
could just sense that he was a good person and he was a good man. And he seemed like that he would kick somebody's ass over me. Like I just
Mhm.
felt protected. Just the first time I met him, that I just felt protective.
Wow.
Like he was protecting me. Like if somebody come in there, because I worked at a gas station and anything can happen at a gas
Oh
station.
yeah.
Now,
I
one
worked at
time,
Marathon.
this one came in there, and this gentleman, and I cashed his lottery ticket. Well, I didn't have, because you here in the state of Virginia, you can cash up to $500. Now, if it's over $500, you got to go to the lottery place. Well, I just dropped my money in the safe, and this dude threatened to unalive me because I didn't have $500 in my cash register, and I couldn't give it to him after I scanned, because after you scan the tickets, you can't take it somewhere else and get it rescanned. So I had to call my, I messaged Rebel. Rebel came, but the dude already left. But anyway, so I called my manager. My manager said just do him a money order since you already dropped, because you can only have so much money in your drawer. But
Right.
yeah, he was threatening. He was threatening to unalive me and everything, just over $500.
Wow.
And I was the only one there. So I was really scared. So of course I called Rebel, and he said, "Where is he?" Because he was, he was going to, say, "Hey, dude," or whatever he was going to do. I don't really want to know, but I'm just saying it was rough. So anyway, I got me a taser and stuff like that, and he has been protecting me since that day. Absolutely. But he told me, he said, if you ever need me, I'm just right down the road. You just call me or send me a text, 911, whatever, and I'll be right there. Well, when that dude wanted to unalive me over $500 because of his lottery ticket, um, Rebel come up and the dude already left. But yeah, so I got me a taser and stuff like that. But gas station work, for a woman, and if you're the only one there, is extremely, like, you got to be. I'm just saying this out here for anybody that works at a gas station and you're a woman or a man, whichever. I'm not just saying, I'm not just pinpointing on women, because men can get, unfortunately, can get hurt too. So, but just be
Right.
careful working at a gas station or anything by yourself, because it could be really dangerous. So that's just a little bit of awareness out for you. Just be really careful. Carry you a weapon or something, because you just do not know. You just do not know. So that's my
All right.
little advice. You don't know.
All right, let me do a break right here. I just want to say hi to everybody that came into chat. I'm not ignoring you in any way. When I get on a panel, I really try to focus on that, and I get in my feels and I get into writing notes and things like that. So I just want to welcome you to my channel. Thank you for coming in for whatever reason you did. I hope you stick around. I hope you will subscribe to my channel, and hope you will come back. We cover mainly do just a bunch of stories here and have some fun here. So stick around. I think you'll like it. If not, add you a little bit of
Smash
liquor,
the
a little
like,
bit of
guys.
sugar. Yeah, add a little bit of liquor or sugar. You're going to like me real soon, I promise. All right, back to Angel. Let's go. For real. Liquor and sugar, it just makes me so likable.
Oh Lord. Anyway, so Rebel. I called Rebel because I thought that he was, a mechanic. So I called Rebel and I said, Rebel, my car's messed up. Can you come over here and look at it? At that time, I was at our apartment minding the cunts. Yeah. Anyway, we was at our apartment and she was at work, and I said, "Can you please come over here and look at my car?" Which something was really wrong with it. He drove it around, but he said, "You just get me over here. I don't know jack shit about cars, but you get me over here to take advantage of me." And I was like, no, I really did think he was a mechanic, but he was like, "I don't know jack shit." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Oh,
Well,
well, one thing led to another." And anyway, so, I was with women, ever since I turned 18. And, and something about Rebel, I just fell in love with him the first day. As soon as he said, "Come here, give me a hug," that was it. My heart just melted, and it still melts. Every time he talks to me, every time I see him, I just love that man so much. I really truly do. But anyway,
that is
so
so precious. I want to. So, can I ask you a question now?
you're fine, honey.
Um, First of all, do you ever see him looking over at you? Like,
Sometimes I feel him, but like I heard him talk about when he was in jail for I mean, he went vacation jail, whatever, for
yeah.
6 months. And I really, like, that was so hard on me, guys. Like, I know it was hard on Rebel, but that was so hard on me.
Mm,
I took care of his mama. I took care of our twins because they was just babies at the time. Now they're 13. And, I took care of everything that needed to be taken care of, you know, and I put money on his books, you know, every week. And I didn't have a job. So, I mean, I don't know how in the world I did it all, but I did it all. Every time he had a visit, I was there at 5 o'clock in the morning to make sure I seen him by 8:30, 8 o'clock. I
mm,
was there every court date. The last court date that I went to was on his birthday. And that was so heartbreaking to see him in them handcuffs and shackles. That was absolutely horrible. I
mm,
was that just it's just heartbreaking. And so that 6 months was, well, I know it was pure hell on him, and but it was pure hell on me too. But I just tried my very best. I'm not perfect. I'm not better than nobody. I'm just myself, and I'm a very caring person. And when I say that I'm going to do something, I do it. You know.
mhm, mhm,
So, and his mama depended on me, and God's rest her soul, she's no longer with us. But I was like, I just have that caring type of person in me. So, I took care of the babies. I cared for his mama because she had a lot of health issues. And that I cared for him while he was, in on vacation, but not a good vacation, if that makes sense.
mhm, mhm,
So, I mean, it was very hard. But just, and you can ask him this and he will tell you, I'm a writer. Like, you're writing things down.
mhm.
I wrote him every single day for 180 days.
Wow.
And it wasn't no single page. It was between 8 to 16 pages long every day.
Wow. Do you think that changed? Do you think that was one of the stickable things in your relationship, that obviously you couldn't touch him. Obviously, you were going to bed at night by yourself. You were handling the home front. You the kept the home fires burning. You were taking care of mama, taking care of babies. And then whenever you got a chance to sit down and write him those letters, do you think that because of you went through that and because you had to put your feelings, your love, your day to day, all that in on paper and send it to him, that you guys had to get to know each other on a different level?
Um, Not really, because and he would talk to me every day on the phone, and so he would talk to me every day on the phone, and I would write him letters. And I sometimes I mean, a lot of times, and you can ask him this, I would just pour my heart out to him and just tell him that I miss him and that I love him and I miss holding his hands. And I would write him out songs and poems and just, anything to try to lift his spirits while he was in there, you
Mm.
know.
Mhm.
And so I know a lot of people, unfortunately, things happen when, people are locked up. And so it's hard. But if you truly, truly love somebody and a love for that person is true, you're not going to do anything to screw it up. Nothing. It don't matter if that person was in there for a year. You truly love that person. You're going to stick by them through no matter what, through hell and high water, anything. You're just gonna love that person and you're gonna support them and you're gonna do everything in your power to keep them, as happy as they possibly can. I know nobody's really happy in jail, but you know what I mean. On
Yeah.
that end, you try to lift their spirits a little bit because, Rebel, he would see men every day. You know what I mean? Like he did.
Right.
And so that's why, he enjoyed me seeing him every Saturday or Sunday. And then, but it was so hard because they only give you like 15 to 30 minutes. So when you go to visit them, of course, you can't touch them. You see them through a glass. They got that phone and stuff. And it was just, it was horrible. Like it was heartbreaking. It was
Mm.
heartbreaking to see. But, like we got married, and like I put a little bit in chat, we got married September the 2nd, 2011. He
Mhm.
went in jail. I think it was the between the 18th and the 20th, we'll say. We wasn't married for very long. And I told him, I said, babe, if we're going to get married, we're going to do it before you go to jail because I'm not going to be considered the girlfriend when you go to jail. And then they don't give me, they say, well, you're not his wife, so you can't do this and this and this. I'll be damned.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's not happening. So anyway, we got married before he went. And so for 6 months of our marriage, he was incarcerated.
Mm.
6 months. I mean, that was horrible, and like he tells everybody, and I'll tell you guys, he didn't really do anything. He got in trouble because his nephew put something in the house and they was going to take his mama to jail, and he said, you're not taking my mama to jail, let's go. And so he took the place so his 75 or 72 or something in her 70s year old mother with a lot of health problems wouldn't go to jail
Mm.
because it was in her house.
Wow. Wow. That's incredible.
Yes. So I mean, that just goes to show that he's a protector. I
Mhm.
always feel protected and safe. He's my ride or die. I love him so much. And then we got two beautiful babies. And I'm not trying to be all explicit, but he was my first by choice, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Mhm.
So the very first time, I know I'm all over the place, but y'all will
No,
pick
you're
it
doing
up
no,
eventually.
actually you're not all over the place. It's good.
And the very first time that we got pregnant.
Mhm.
Very first time. And see, I'm a twin having twins.
Oh, really?
My twin passed away when my mama was pregnant with me, about 6 months pregnant. So we didn't know that we was having twins until I was 8 months pregnant.
Oh, holy hell.
Our daughter Trinity, if you've seen her, she's a lot smaller than Tyler. And
Mhm.
so she was hidden behind him the whole entire time. So
Oh,
it
wow.
freaked me out. They put the ultrasound over my belly, and Rebel wasn't in there at the time. And Rebel said,
Show me real quick.
what?
I said you could show me real quick.
Well, hold on a minute, honey. And Rebel wasn't in there at the time. And she said, well, where's your husband or your boyfriend or whatever? And I said, well, he's in the other room. And she said, well, let me go get him real quick. So I was freaking out. I mean, I was 8 months pregnant.
Oh,
Like my belly
yeah.
was huge. I was like, what in the hell's going on? Like, is
Uh-huh.
my baby okay? And so they took that thing over my belly and they went really slow. And like, I'll have to do it like this so y'all can kind of understand a little bit better. But anyway, so they took it up. Lord, I look terrible. I'm sorry. They
You do
took it over
not.
my belly, and it was like Trinity was right here. I mean,
Hi,
Tyler was right
Trinity.
here, and Trinity was right here. And it was like when they took it over my belly, her head went whoop whoop.
Hi,
Hi.
baby.
Yeah, so I was like, what the hell? My baby's got two heads and four legs. Like, what the hell? And I was huge. Like, huge. I was like, good Lord, this baby's going to be like 15 pounds.
Hold on, I want to be YouTube famous. Put on
Trying to,
Yeah.
hold on a minute. So,
Honey, you ain't gonna get YouTube famous over here on my channel. You gotta go somewhere else. There ain't enough subs for that.
y'all sub up, guys, sub up.
Sub up to
That's
this
cute.
lady.
That's cute.
But anyway, so like I was freaking out. Like he was like, okay, I see my son's head, I see my son's arms, legs, and holding on everything. And she went over again and she said, do you see that? And she went over it really slow. And then that's when her head did that. And he was freaking out. She said, honey, you're pregnant with twins. I said, after 8 months.
After 8 months.
Like you didn't know, like what did she just come, out of the blue? Like what happened, but there was, just like Rebel said, her heartbeat was the same. She beated with her brother. And they was in separate sacks. How in the world, like, that's crazy. How in the world?
I cannot imagine going that long and then to find out that you're pregnant with twins.
But
That
see,
is
like I said,
insane.
and then Rebel said he's a twin. I mean, granted, they're 11 years apart, but they're identical to the tattoos, identical. Like they could pass for absolutely identical twins. It's just 11 years apart. See, now Rebel, he has several sets of twins in his family. Several.
Mhm.
And see, I'm a twin having twins.
I started
So
laughing whenever she told me that
I
story.
told Rebel if we got pregnant again, it might be triplets. Hell to the no.
I started laughing whenever Mom told me that story.
I said no, because I'm thinking, I mean, I don't know nothing about this, but I'm thinking when my twin passed in my mama's belly, that twin automatically gave me them genes.
Mm.
So, like, I just have, like, I mean, I don't know, but I asked my mom, and she said we was separate sacks, just like Tyler and Trinity was, and so it was crazy. But see, I'm a twin having twins, so like it did not skip me at all. So I'm thinking either my twin sister, twin brother, whatever. I'm not really for sure what it was. My mama didn't know either, but just gave me the genes or whatever it's called. You know what I mean? Like I don't really know, but I have one now. I went to the eye doctor. This is kind of crazy. I know I'm off topic, but I went to the eye doctor the other day. And yes, he's got 6 sets of twins on his daddy's side. Yes. So we was prone to have
Crazy.
twins or triplets. No,
Yeah.
I'm good. Boy, girl done. And baby James. We're done.
Mhm.
Hey Becca. Anyway, so I was like, no, it didn't skip me at all, honey. It did not one bit. Not one bit. But so like I was like, no, I'm good. Boy, girl done. So anyway, so God blessed us with these beautiful babies, a boy and a girl. And Tyler was 4 pounds, 8 ounces, 17.5 inches long. Trinity was 4'6", 17.5 inches long. They was the same pretty much size, same length, everything.
Oh,
It's
Donna,
crazy.
isn't this scary? My sister-in-law had twins and then triplets 9 months later. Oh God, shoot me
Nope,
now.
nope, not me. Nope. I'm good. I am good. Boy, girl done.
Oh, and Joni's mom had triplets, 3 boys. Wow. Well, when I found my father, he's an identical twin, and so it skipped a generation with us. He has 3 girls, me and 2 other daughters, and then the youngest daughter, no, the middle daughter ended up having twin daughters. So, um, yeah, little did I know. Little did I know. That's amazing, though. So you purposely didn't have any more kids because you were scared of the multiples?
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's why, like, everybody said, you did it right the first time, boy, girl, done. I said, that's
Well,
it.
yeah, yeah. I get
Okay.
that.
All right, hold on. Let me go on my Facebook because he wants me, because y'all know what Rebel looks like. Hold on a minute, Tyler. Hold on just a minute. Let me find a picture of Tim's brother. I mean, Rebel's brother. I'm sorry. Give me just a minute because I want you guys to see y'all. They are identical.
Hi, Jess Becca. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. everybody who's just come in or peeking out of the bushes, thanks for joining. We're just having a chit chat with the tattoos, the tattooed the tattooed family. It's good. If you guys go to the beginning, Rebel was up here before talking about his love story with his beauty wife. And then I invited her up to give me a little bit of understanding of her side of the things too.
Okay, honey.
So please like and subscribe. And I'd appreciate it. I'm trying to grow my channel. We got over 200 as of when I woke up this morning. There was over 200 subscribers, and that's way further than I ever thought I would go. So those that subscribe to me, I really, really appreciate it. And
Okay, now
hope
this.
you'll
I'm
find
sorry.
something of value. If you stick around, you'll find something of value here, I promise. All right, go ahead.
Okay, I've got it. Do you know how to share the screen, honey? I got a picture of Rebel's brother.
If you walk me through, oh, yes. So add to stage, right? Just like I'm adding.
Add to
Wait a minute.
screen.
Wait a minute. So somebody's backstage.
No, nobody's backstage.
Angel.
I'm sharing a picture, honey. Just click on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, that is Rebel's brother. Do they not look identical?
Oh, wow, they do. Is he older or younger than Rebel?
He's 11 years older, and God rest his soul, he's no longer with us. He had pancreatic cancer. He was in the
Wow.
military.
I'm
He
so
was in the
sorry to
army.
hear that. 207? What?
Woohoo!
We need 3 more to get to my goal, then we'll start a new 10.
Come on, guys. Hit that subscribe from beautiful
Wow.
Nene.
3
Come on.
more. Wow, I cannot believe how much they really do. And they're 11 years apart?
Yes, but they look exactly. I mean, and they even talk exactly the same. And they have the same tattoos and everything. It's crazy. Hello, Tashi. But yeah, so that's why I was like,
Strong
I want to show
genes.
that.
Strong genes for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, now, y'all, I learned something else. I learned how to add pictures to the or whatever you
Look,
guys are
girl, see,
sharing
we're
with
teaching
me.
you all kinds of stuff.
I'm loving it. Grand Raising Leanie. Hey, Warrior Nun. Warrior was my very first mod, y'all. She is the real MVP
Aw.
around here. I just threw her that wrench and she just went with it and she awesome. I love her. But some of you have wrenches that didn't have them before. If you don't want them, throw them back. Don't hit me in the head. I'm a sensitive kind of girl. But you don't have to keep them. I just needed some help around here.
You're
Um,
208 now, honey.
what up with that? Maybe I should
Tyler's sub
change.
to you. He can't do in chat, but he's still sub to you. I'll go get Trinity to sub to
Maybe
you too.
I should.
Trinity, come here. And then
Maybe I should change my number. Maybe I should change because I always pray for 8 in the chat, and I'm like, if we got 8, we're rolling, y'all. We're rolling. Maybe I should start praying for maybe we'll go 16. We'll start rolling at 16, but I'm still only going to go in increments of 10 as far as, I'm not an overachiever, you guys. I'm really not. I promise you, if I ever got to 1,000 subs, you would never, ever, ever
Oh,
hear me say
sweetheart, you're
sub up.
210 now. You're 210 now.
Say what?
You're
All right,
210.
new goal 220. Let's go. Let's go.
Woohoo! Yes.
You know what it is? I'm
Trinity
gonna
was your 210. She was your 210.
You know what it is? Everybody's starting that liquor. That's what it is. They're like, yeah, we love us some leany now.
Hey, we help each other out. Like I said, the kids might not be able to chat, but they can at least watch and hit the like and stuff. What?
Different color glasses. Yeah.
Right there. Lord, Trinity's
That's
about to have a heart
amazing.
attack. Mom, give me my phone back.
I love you too, Warrior Nun. I sincerely do. I love all of you. Tashi, are you off work already? Are you off
Say hi,
work
Tyler.
already?
Hold on. Tyler
Please
wants to
hit
say
the
hi.
like. Yes. Hi.
Hold on.
Hi, Tyler.
I don't know if you can see him. Tyler,
So
come here
how
so
do
you
I
can
do
see him.
this? Do I minimize this or click out of
You
it?
just close it back
make-
out and I'll exit out of it.
Okay, and then I
There
can
you
make
go.
Tyler
You're
bigger.
good. And then I'll
Hey,
remove
Tyler. Let me see your hair, buddy.
it.
Let me see your hair. Oh,
Look at that.
wow.
He's
You
got
look
long
like
hair like
your
his mama.
daddy. His face, though, looks like his dad to me.
And Trinity, she
Wow.
looks exactly like me. She looks exactly
Wow.
like I do.
I love it that you guys get together and do music as a family together. There's so many kids that don't, I mean, they don't eat dinner together, much less like put on a whole show together. And I mean, I just think that's family bonding. I think it's
Girl,
great.
you're 214. Woohoo!
Shut
Party!
the front door. Who knew? Y'all keep drinking. Hold on, I'm gonna start passing out liquor.
Woo! Party! Woo woo! Woo woo!
Liquor
Woo
for
woo!
everybody. It's kind of like, ugly girls in a bar become much prettier whenever you're drinking. Over here, Leanie becomes much, much more fun if you're drinking, for sure. Dude, did you not realize you were timing people? Oh, Max. Max, it was so bad. Oh, I'll let you two handle that.
But
Oh,
yeah,
you're on a.
that's just the start. I mean, like, and I've told him this so many times. I just, God brought him to that gas station for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, and I strongly believe in it. But I'm that girl that I was with. She was a very much control freak. Very much control freak. Like, I worked at the gas station, and she would take my whole entire paycheck and pay bills with it. Now, with her paycheck, she would go to the mall and do whatever the hell she wanted with it.
Oh, wow.
So she was a very much control freak. Like, it kept me away from my mama. At that time, I was talking to my sperm donor. I was trying to. She kept me away from them. Like, it's just I couldn't really. I stayed to myself. I couldn't talk to nobody. Like, and it was she massively changed when she put the ring on it, when because we was engaged. So God really sent me an angel, and he calls me the tattooed angel is from Rebel, because he calls me his heaven sent angel. And so that's why my nickname is Angel on here, or my name is Angel. And of course I have tattoos, so But
Right.
anyway,
That's sweet.
and so I just feel in my heart, I thank God for him and my babies, even baby James, every single day, because I do not know where I would be right now if it wasn't for them. I mean,
Mm.
I do not know. I don't know if I would be, you know, left for dead or in the hospital, or I don't, or on drugs. I've never done drugs a day before in my life. I mean, I've smoked a little green every now and then, but I've never done anything.
Mhm.
But I do not know where I would be. I'm so blessed and honored to have Rebel's last name, to carry it with
Wow.
us. That man, I love that man so much. I tell him all the time, but he doesn't really know. Like, if I could rip my heart out and see my whole heart belongs to him and these babies. My whole heart, I live for him and the babies. My
Mhm.
whole life
Mhm.
changed when I met Rebel and when we had the babies. Like, I don't I couldn't imagine my life without them. I thank
Mm.
God for them every single day, and I love
Wow.
them all so much.
Mm.
And we've been together for we was together for 14 years, February the 2nd. And we've been married, we will
Wow.
be married 13 years, September the 2nd. No, 13. Because we got married September the 2nd, 2011.
Oh, well, I think that's incredible. I just thank you guys so much for coming up and being vulnerable, and just I especially you, Angel. I mean, there's stuff I'm sure that you shared with us that you not many people on here really know and
No, I've
understand.
never said my story. Like I've never. It's very hard. It's very hard. So that's why I'm saying that's people don't understand, how important my channel is to help people, to be a difference. Like people don't understand it. So that's why like that people are saying, well, gosh, she talks a lot or she goes over a lot of information. Well, I just want to be a difference and I want to bring support to these things. And because I suffer with so much mental health and I want to bring positivity to people and people know that they're not alone in this world and that they're loved and they can find love too, just like I did when I thought that I was completely lost. God sent me a savior in Rebel.
Mm, mm. That's incredible, and I'm glad you felt safe. I'm very humbled. I'm
Lady,
I'm so sir.
I hit you with all my channels. You are at 2,000 or 215 now.
Thank you so much. I appreciate. I think I have subscribed to all of y'all's channels.
5 more, guys. She needs 5 more plus. 5 more plus.
Thank you.
No, I got
But
some other channels that nobody knows about.
okay. Well, your
Right.
secret's safe with me. But I really want you guys to know that I really do feel so humbled that people come here and they're willing to share their stories with me and trust me that I don't try to exploit people. I am not if you don't want to talk about certain parts of it, I'm not going to talk about certain parts of it. I think it's important to talk about the parts that you're willing to share because you don't know who you're helping along the way. And so just that y'all trust me with that and trust me to um, that you feel safe enough to come here and talk about what you want to talk about, then um, my little channel is been worth every second that I've spent on it. So I just want to give a huge shout out. I don't know if Angels, if anybody's got Angels channel link into, especially the one I really, really, really want to push right now is her channel link into what when she goes and discusses mental health. That's so important, and she is a wealth of knowledge. And unfortunately, her wealth of knowledge comes from firsthand. But at the same time, uh, I think it's easier to learn from somebody who's had it firsthand because they can empathize with you. I mean, it's real easy to go and listen to somebody talk who doesn't feel anything. They can't empathize with you or nothing. They're just reading from a script. But when somebody can empathize with you because and sympathize with you because they've been there, then it's a whole different kind of connection. So if somebody has or Angel, you could put it in there. Y'all go check out Angel's channel for sure. I mean, check out all the other ones that have been put in here. But for sure, let's get over and share and just be a part of that community because in today's world there's so much mental health and people aren't knowing where to turn and they're just shoving pills down people's throats when actuality maybe somebody just needs to talk and let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it. So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
But
someone
that's, I
please
mean, like
go.
I'm sorry, honey. I didn't mean to
No, go
interrupt.
ahead. You're fine. Go ahead.
But people were saying, what are you going to do your channel on? I'm like, I have no idea. And then I was sitting there thinking about it. It didn't take me long because I was like, I suffer with so much mental health that people don't know. Because, I mean, like, this is real. This is the real me. But you don't, like I said, you don't know what people are going through. So, I mean, you deal with your
Mhm.
own hell. And trust me, it's hell. You deal with your own
Mhm.
hell. Like everybody deals with it different ways. So when I say, I'm there for you guys, I'm wholeheartedly there for you guys. I'll put my hell on the back burner just to be there to try to give y'all advice, if y'all need information or whatever the case may be, or just being a shoulder to lean on. And when I say that
Mm.
I'm there for you guys, I wholeheartedly am. And I'm not one of those type of people to, to throw a knife in your back. If you trust me to come up and or just send me an email or whatever and want me to be there for you, then I'm not going to break that trust because I'm not like that. And
Mhm.
I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to be there for you no matter what. And that's what a true person is. And I truly appreciate you coming up here. I mean, me, Lord have mercy, Sam, I'm all sidetracked. I don't go on panels a lot.
It's
Anyway, I
okay.
truly appreciate, your support and your kind words, Leanie. I truly appreciate it. Much love to you, sweetheart.
You
Now,
too, and I
Lena,
appreciate you. Yes, yes, sir.
you know about our love story. Wait till I tell you about the time that I wore her thong and her bra
Oh
out in
my
public.
god.
Now, there's some
Now,
funny stories behind that.
now listen, I did hear that once you got so many subs, some things were going to start
Oh,
coming
that's
out of the
cherry.
woodwork.
That's cherry.
You need to bring her back.
I'm
Okay,
looking when I hit
so
2,000.
When
I
he
don't know
hits
about all that, but
2000,
yeah, we.
Terry Forever is going to come back out, guys.
Well, I can't wait to see all of that.
And
So
she's
we need to get over
beautiful.
there.
She's smexy. She's smexy.
But I will not get up and dance like Tina does. I can't do all that.
I'm
Oh,
telling you,
Tina.
Tina's amazing. She's a beautiful lady.
Yes, she is. She's
She,
If
just
I get
doing.
I
up
couldn't
done,
do that.
if
She's
I get
just
up done
doing her
trying to
thing,
move, I
y'all.
break a hip.
But you know what? I'm supportive. We support a lot of people, but I'm telling you, like, I could not do that. And I'm kind of a bigger girl. And I'm just like, woman power. She got this. You know what I
Yeah,
I
mean?
she
couldn't.
She's
does.
amazing.
I couldn't do moves like that because hell, I tried the macaroni one time and broke a hip.
The macaroni.
I wish she could do a back bend aerial back handspring.
I think I'm going to say it again for those who are here right now. I think Tina is growing. I think she's evolving, and I think she is tapping into something that she's never been able to felt free enough to be able to do, and more power to her. For whatever
Absolutely.
reason she's doing it, I'm not paying Tina's bills. It's none of my business. I love her. I'm going to support her, and her right to do what she's going to do. As long as she ain't
Absolutely.
hurting anybody, then I'll support it. That's for sure. But I love Tina.
Yes,
She's
I
got
do
a good
too.
heart. She's got a great heart. And anyways, I'm fixing to close out the stream. I thank the tattooed family for coming and sharing this with me. I love you so so much, Angel. I think we're kindred spirits, and
Love
I'm
you
so
too, darling. Much love to y'all all. Thank you guys so much for the supportive words. It truly means a lot. It truly does. Thank you guys so much.
anytime happy to be here. Thanks for coming.
All right. Well, I love you. Y'all have a good
Love you.
night.
Good night.
All right. Love you. Good night.
All right, guys. So yeah, I just want to thank. I call them the tattooed family when I'm talking about all of them, but I appreciate them being so candid and stuff. Those are hard things to talk about. I mean, I definitely wasn't expecting to hear from Angel like we just did, and it just gives you a whole new perspective of who she is, and why she does what she does, and it's much more endearing, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the ones that stuck around long enough to see this. I appreciate big time. I just want to give big hugs to those that will do the replay, be a part of the replay gang out there. You've got to hear, no offense, Rebel, I love you, and I think your story's great, but y'all pass the word. Pass the word. Come on over and replay Angel's interview part because that was some deep stuff, real stuff that people need to hear about. Let's get over to her chat. Let's get over to that community and help each other out. And if we don't do nothing else but just be there so somebody feels loved even for a little time in their life, that's what I'm after. That's what this channel is about. I want you guys to come in here and feel loved. Little did I know when I signed on today that Tattoo Rebel and Tattooed Angel were going to be the next victims, but they did it rather well with hopefully very little bleeding involved. So I appreciate all the ones that have hung out with me today that have been here from start to finish. I appreciate those that jumped in just to say hi. I appreciate my daughter for reminding me that I was late getting to this live, and I ask you to forgive me for that. Um, and I will be going live. It's already set up. There's going to be a couple of us. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to pull some people up on panel. I think I've got it scheduled for Thursday night to discuss a very difficult and taboo topic that you're not going to see much out here on these streets, but I think it's important to talk about, and it's our faith. Uh, and I use the word religion very loosely. I'm not talking about religion. We're talking about it all as a whole, our faith. And um, so if you dare to jump into that, I encourage you to do so. Once again, I just want to say thank you to all the replayers. I want to thank everybody that came here. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe already. If you don't like it, drink a little bit more, smoke a little bit more. You're going to love me. All right, guys, I'm going to go spend a little bit of time with the man who pays my bills. I love you guys, and I will see you at the next one. Bye.